Yeah. Welcome in. Welcome back to another episode of the Format Podcast Live. What's good? What's good, everybody? And welcome to a Super Sunday edition of the Format Podcast. Sorry for the couple minutes delay there. We had some technical difficulties getting it up and rolling, but here I am. Transformer will be with us shortly, and G should be joining us as well. How's everybody doing today? We're gonna take a couple minutes. Let us get some people in the chat here before we go ahead and get started. Mark with glasses, I see you, man. Thanks for being here. We are definitely going to talk about the whole MVP piece in a bit. I like your take, but I don't necessarily think it's that clear cut. So we're going to talk about it. Sid Bubba, shout out to one of the members of our channel. What's going on, my man? How you doing? How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. There we go. There we go. Here's my guy, Transformer. What up? What up?
All right, am I pixelated now?
No, you're fantastic,
Am
brother.
I good?
You fantastic.
Hold up. My bad.
Yeah.
Playing in the background. There we go.
Right.
All right, man. Maybe that'll work.
Yeah, I rebooted. You rebooted. I think we off and running now. I think we're good to go.
Cool.
Yeah.
I was over here stressing out. Like,
yeah, I hear you.
I reset the Wi-Fi. I reset my computer.
Right.
I logged out of the program. What's
How you
happening
doing,
to me?
How you doing, man?
Doing good, bro. How about yourself, man?
Maintaining, man. Maintaining. Blessed and got
Highly
up, man.
favored.
Continued my work to try and transform. So, I'm feeling all right.
Yes. Mark, there's a reason I'm in this bathrobe, man. You're gonna hear about it in this first topic.
Oh man, that's good. That's good. All right, y'all. So before we get started, man, you know what time it is. We're going to go ahead and do the spiel, and then we will get to it. If you're watching here on YouTube, make sure you go ahead, click that subscribe, that like, that notification bell. Make sure you're kept aware anytime we drop new content on the channel. If you want the audio-only version of the podcast, open up your audio podcast platform, hit the search bar, type in The Format Podcast, and we should come right up. If you enjoy the content as you listen, make sure you give us a like, a 5-star review, and drop a comment. All that stuff helps us rise in the algorithm, helps us find more sports fans, helps more sports fans find us. And write it down, put it in your phones, make a note of it. The Format Podcast is live Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern. And finally, if you're really and truly enjoying the podcast and you want to help the show continue to grow, make sure you go ahead, click that join button, join the channel. We're going to have some exclusive content just for you. All right. Just for you. For those of you who are members of the channel, Mark with glasses, crazy, man. For those of you who are members of the channel already, man, I believe you should have all seen it by now, but just dropped a members only episode of the show that I thought was pretty good. Transformer didn't agree with some of the stuff, but that's all right. But just dropped some members on the show. So check it out when you get an opportunity if you haven't already. And if you want to see that, join the channel. It's all good. But Transformer, you want to go ahead and get started, man? Get started with these quick hits.
All right, man. So, boy, the Hornets tried to fleece us. They tried to fleece us. They tried to fleece us.
They tried to sell you a bad some flour, huh? They
tried some damaged goods. They tried to sell some damaged goods, and they made a post. Made a post saying how we were actively pursuing them. Really? I thought y'all reached out to us.
Really?
For Dalton Connect. Didn't y'all reach out to us? But anyway, if you guys didn't know, the trade for Mark Williams that would have sent Dalton Connect, Cam Reddish, and a 2031 first-round pick to the Charlotte Hornets was not vetoed, but what do they say? What's the R word?
Rescinded. It was
rescinded. There you go. It was rescinded due to multiple health issues for Mark Williams. He wasn't as healthy as they portrayed. Injuries were a whole lot more of a concern than it was originally portrayed, and the trade was reneged. So the Miami Heat, the Laker Nation has received back their rookie star rookie, and Cam Reddish in their 2031 pick. So yeah, we are back to square one when it comes to a center. I expect us to actively pursue the buyout market. There are a few names out there that may be able to give us some valuable minutes. Those of like Dwight Howard, Mo Bamba, Daniel Tice, and it's another name out there that's floating. I heard Boogie Cousins, a couple of other names that
I wonder if given the opportunity, can Boogie still go? Because Boogie was nasty. I feel so bad for that dude.
I mean, we're not going to get Sacramento version, that's for sure.
No.
But you know, could actively pursue a big. I mean, if you look at the games that we've played as of late, we've been dominating. The defense has been playing really well. Offense has been playing really well. Our wings are definitely they're flying to the ball, man. It's just like, you know, everybody's, you know, really hustling defensively. Last couple of games, we got out to some early 25, 26 point leads due to the defense and due to our, you know, prolific scoring in the first quarter. Mind you, last game we were without LeBron James and Luka Doncic, and we're able to, you know, take care of Indiana, who is a very, very hot team. I believe they have the best record in the calendar year of 2025, and we handled them pretty soundly.
And they don't defend,
but that's not the question. They're still have the best record. Don't say nothing about, you know, who, you know, plays what, because Boston didn't play crap when we put up 21 on them. So let's call a spade anyway. But yeah, Mark Williams is now back with the Charlotte Hornets. We do have our rookie back, so I think we're gonna roll out with Jackson Hayes as our starting center, and just maybe, you know, move a couple of pieces around. Christian Woods is hinting that he's going to be on the return here soon, so we'll see what it is.
We will see what it is.
Indiana, they don't defend.
Y'all
must didn't defend either. We put up 21 on y'all. So what's the problem?
I'm saying we didn't defend that night. I mean, you know.
Now we didn't defend that night, but it had nothing to do with our defense. Playing very, very well in the first quarter in Indiana. Did you watch the game? Did you watch the game?
Which game?
The Indiana Laker game.
Oh no, I watched.
Okay, then you don't know. Then you don't know.
Yesterday,
you don't know. You don't know. You don't say something about they don't defend, but you didn't even watch the game.
Hold on. Knicks was good. First of all, everybody in the chat, if you haven't already, man, hit that like and subscribe button. Knicks 100 at GM. Good to see you this morning, man. Listen, it's not cowardly at all. Remember, I wasn't the one who swore Lamar Jackson was going to win the MVP.
Correct,
right?
Knicks.
Remember, they was getting on me, and I'm a Ravens fan.
And he said, y'all,
bro.
Two of us, the two that are on this screen didn't have him winning the MVP.
We said there was a legitimate argument for Josh Allen, and everybody else went crazy, you know, to be more guys. They went nuts, and that's fine. I respect that, you know. But
maybe he meant y'all in the chat.
Some of us here try to be more objective.
Maybe he means y'all in the chat. It can't be us. Because if he watches the show closely enough, then he knows that.
Right. He knows where the objectivity comes from.
Exactly. Yeah. Austin was cooking, man. 45, 7-7, 3 steals. That boy was on the heater.
But
no, they couldn't guard. But you gotta watch the game.
I'm messing with you.
Oh, okay. Because I thought to say they threw double, triple teams. Huh?
You know what they called him in college, right?
Hillbilly Kobe.
Yeah. So
Hillbilly Kobe.
You know, if he get that opportunity where, you know, they just letting him, you know, go to work, he can do it.
Oh boy. Last night it was they was calling him they was on Twitter calling him Austin Iverson. Boy, that man, when I tell you the way he was handling the rock, Bruce, you got just go watch the game and watch the highlights.
No, I'm just saying, like, Austin Iverson is a bit, you know. That's all I'm saying. Yes, he was getting busy, but like, I'm just talking about the hyperbolic nature of the sports media. Would you agree with that?
No,
but we go crazy and just run with stuff.
If you saw the way he was handling the rock, you would have been like, oh man, the man is really out there. Tween and spin, all of that. And it
I
gave
saw
you
some of this stuff.
it gave you reminiscent of that could be the white version of Allen Iverson, or the white Kyrie Irving. It really did. It really did. I mean, you look, because even I was like, ooh, that was nasty. It's like,
I'm gonna say I saw some of the stuff, and I listen.
But you
I
didn't
never
watch
said
the game, so never mind.
I didn't watch the game.
But
exactly. I'm not saying that he didn't do the work. That's not what I'm saying. Man, y'all Lakers fans is y'all so sensitive. Y'all so sensitive.
Because it's always Marsha. When it comes to y'all, like, oh, look at Lakers.
No.
Talking about something
for real.
They're talking about the Lakers.
I'm talking about the generally hyperbolic nature of the sports media. Yes, he got busy, but like to name him and I.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he froze up on me. Damn. Oh, there we go. You back.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. That was weird. I don't know if you were just making a face or what. All right. But that's was that your quick hit? Was that over?
Yeah. That was it. We got our picks back, and Mark Williams is back with the Hornets. Yep.
No doubt. So my quick hit, I wanted to drop this. Y'all know I'm a big boxing fan as well. What was it? Like last week, we heard that Canelo and Terrence Crawford was going to happen. I'm like, okay, bet. They're going to give us a mega fight, And then we heard that it was off. And I'm like, oh, here we go. And then we heard that Canelo was in talks and it was almost done to fight Jake Paul. And I'm like, you got to be freaking kidding me. Like, come on, man. And then we heard that the Jake Paul fight is now off. We hear Jake Paul talking about Canelo is ducking him. Really? Anyway.
He don't want to be in a rigged fight.
Jake Paul has fought one real boxer who is still like an active real fighter, and he lost to that guy. Like, come on, man. Tommy Fury. Like,
and that was the sorry little brother.
Yeah, that was not the real Fury. So he's got that. And then we hear, okay, the Jake Paul fight is off, and now the Terrence Crawford fight is back on. So if y'all know boxing, Turki Al-Sheikh. I think he's the minister of sport for Saudi Arabia, sports and entertainment or something like that. I think it's his position. And he's been making a lot of big fights over the last couple of years, and they call it Riyadh season, Riyadh being the capital of Saudi Arabia. So he's been making a lot of huge fights, and realistically, I love that because that's what we want to see, right? When boxing makes the fights, boxing is fantastic. So we want to see these mega fights. And so Turki Al-Sheikh was not at all, because he's a purist, he's not at all a fan of the possibility of the Jake Paul Canelo fight. Because let's be real, Jake Paul moves the needle. He's got a ton of eyeballs because he's a social media influencer. And I'll be fair, he takes the craft of boxing seriously. He puts the work in, but he don't deserve to fight a Canelo. He doesn't. And if that happens, we know it's just about the dough. So anyway, now we know that Turki Al-Sheikh is now back with Canelo, and they're in heavy negotiations to get a Canelo and Terrence Crawford fight done as a part of I think 3 or 4 fight package, which would also hopefully
I think it's 4.
Yeah. So the goal there is to try and get a Canelo Dimitri Bivol rematch, which I'm kind of iffy on, especially if Bivol gets beat by Beterbiev, who I anticipate him losing to in their rematch, and that's February 22nd, if I'm not mistaken. So 2 weeks from now. So that's kind of like, how are they going to still market that? I mean, I guess they could, right? But because I think he's the only guy to actually, him and Floyd are the only people to beat Canelo. So I'm sure they could market that, but that's part of the deal. Crawford is part of the deal. Down the road, Benavidez may be part of the deal, and I don't know who the other one would be. But the point is, William Skull is the fight that's going to happen in May. So, you're going to get, if it all goes down the way it should, you're going to get 3 quality fights out of 4. So I'm like, all right, let's do this. So, if you love boxing, just hope that this deal with Turki Al-Sheikh and Canelo ends up going through, and then we should get 3 quality fights out of the 4 that Canelo is signed up for. Salam Sneed, how you doing, my brother? Good to see you. Yeah, so that's my quick hit, man. If you love boxing, hopefully we got some really good fights down the road. And again, in 2 weeks from now, you got Beterbiev versus Bivol in the rematch, and that should be good. The first one was really good, and that was coincidentally the first fight that Arthur Beterbiev did not knock out his opponent. So now he's 21-0 with 20 knockouts. I think still the highest KO percentage, but the first time he did not knock out his opponent. So, yeah, that's what I got on my quick hits.
I like it.
Like it.
You know, I was hooting and hollering for the Terrence Crawford fight. Then I'm like, okay, that was quickly debunked. And I saw Jake Paul, boy, damn near broke my computer.
Man, I was
Paul. Get out
bro, I was so mad at the thought of that. I was like, they better not. But I mean, the money, man. The money.
It was what, 200 million. I think it was up.
It would have been gigantic. It would have been gigantic. Yeah. So, you know, but yeah, that's where we are with the quick hits. So let's go ahead and take it to the first topic. Let's see. We got some comments. Combat sports on what they used to be. Sneed. So the thing is, yes and no, right? They can be if they go ahead and really, I'm not a UFC guy, right? I'm not an MMA guy. Too much rolling. I don't really like that. It's not entertaining to me. But
too much rolling?
Rolling. Like when they that's
wrestling?
what they call it when you're on the ground, they call it rolling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like when I was in the military and we was doing army combatives, you get down, you roll. Like the ground portion. Ground it's mad boring. Yeah, it's mad boring. But anyway, okay. My bad. Right. Just got something on ESPN saying because Notre Dame's running back coach Dylan McCullough, he went to the NFL to coach with the Raiders, and now I'm saying Notre Dame is targeting Penn State's Jawan Sider as the school's new running backs coach. He's Penn State's co-OC, assistant head coach, and running backs coach. So, all right.
Because you already lost Golden. I mean, not Golden.
Well, we lost him too.
Golden was his name.
He was the defensive coordinator. Yeah, he went back to the NFL. He's defensive coordinator with the Bengals now. Yeah. We lost running backs coach Dylan McCullough. He went to the Raiders, and we lost our GM. He went to USC. So definitely losing some guys off of that staff. Yeah, that's what happens when you have a great year. But anyway,
very good year.
Yeah. So I was saying, Sneed, I'm sorry, combat sports aren't quite what they used to be. But when it comes to boxing, people still tune in for those mega fights when they happen. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's the key, just making them happen when they're supposed to. Fans used to get the fights they wanted. Fighters would always fight the best. Absolutely. But you know who ruined that? Floyd Mayweather Jr. ruined that. But I think we're starting to see a little more of that. And for a while, like Canelo was doing the same thing, and I didn't like that at all. And I get that it's a business, but you know, hopefully we'll get back to making these fights when we were supposed to. And I love that Turki Al-Sheikh is a purist, and he is really pushing to make these fights happen. So it's beautiful. Edward was good. You know what? Let's hit this quick hit. Here's one. Yes, thank you, Edward. Hubie Brown will broadcast his final game today. 76ers and the Bucks. And you know what, Edward, thank you for that, because that is huge, man.
Yeah.
A lot of us grew up with the voice of Hubie Brown calling NBA games, right? He used to coach the Knicks, and I'm sure he coached a couple other spots too, but I know he used to coach the Knicks. But he is a wonderful voice in the game of basketball in the NBA, and he's so knowledgeable. Like when you hear him call a game and he's breaking stuff down, you're like, damn, like he really knows it, man. And I'll tell you, NBA on NBC used to have like the best freaking analysts and commentators. Like when they had Doug Collins, he was really breaking stuff down. When they had Mike Fratello, and they used to call him the czar of the telestrator, he used to really get on there and give great X's and O's. But yeah, Hubie Brown stepping away. I think he's 91, so it's about time. You know,
he's
a very full life in the NBA. Now it's just time to relax. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he coached the Memphis Grizzlies as well. Okay, Eddie. All right. Yo, me and Eddie
saw that comment. I was like,
go back and forth all the time. He's like, Bruce, I'm not an East Coast cat. And I'm like, you know what? I feel that because I am an East Coast cat. So it's so funny how we go back and forth with that. Yes, he did coach the Grizz, but he also coached the Knicks. So that's big. Sid Bubba, absolutely. My bad. Hubie Brown has coached more basketball than we could ever learn. Forgotten more basketball. You're absolutely right, man. He's a legend, and it seems like he's been old his whole life. That's true. That is true. Absolutely. Sneed on the basketball. On the boxing. Floyd isn't trash. The mentality of ducking fighters in their prime is trash. Absolutely, he can't be the greatest. Record be damned. Agreed. And I would never
50
be
and
so
0, so
disrespectful. I would never be so disrespectful as to say that he's trash. That's absurd. Like, he's one of the most skilled fighters ever. There's no question about that. No, we get that he's 50 and 0 transformer, but the context matters and how you went about doing stuff in terms of manipulating when and how fights happen.
Name who he ducked.
Other factors with it.
Who he ducked.
It's not necessarily about not fighting a guy. For instance, here's the Pacquiao, right? Waiting 5 years to fight Pacquiao instead of fighting him when he was absolutely at his peak, right? And then smearing his name with the PED accusations. Damn, this is supposed to be a quick hit.
I like it wasn't two sides to that, but that's cool.
I mean,
it was documented. It was two sides to it.
He's never popped.
Yeah.
So what documented? And if we want to do that, you can go look up. Let me be clear. I am not accusing Floyd Mayweather Jr. of ever engaging in PED use. However, you can go look up and see things about his funny samples when he takes his tests. Just do that. All right, cool. Let's move on.
Get to the meat and potatoes.
Right. We was just supposed to be a quick hit. How do our quick hits always get dragged out like this?
Because they sound like we should go into a conversation with them. That's why.
Right. But isn't that the whole point of our quick hits, though? They're supposed to be quick.
Supposed to be announcements, and then we move on. Announcement, but we look at the chat and we start responding.
Yes,
and then it's like it just drags us on into it. It's like, man, all right, here we go.
Chat is a part of a show, man. That's our family here. So
absolutely.
All right, y'all, let's go. Final Super Bowl thoughts. So obviously today is Super Sunday. Can we have a moment of silence for the 2024-25 NFL season?
All right, here we go. It ends today.
Yeah, if you love football, man, this is the day that's a wonderful day because hopefully you'll get an all-time great game. But it's also the day that sucks because you know that you have no more official football games until September. So we're gonna have a long little break here. But
I'm definitely watching the what's that league called? UFL? Hey, y'all better step up.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I think this year's the year I'm gonna legitimately check that out.
Yeah,
you got some good coaches and some players in there, so we'll find out. Here we go. Refs are about to be scared to throw flags on the biggest stage. Man, just let them play, man. Just let. There you go, Sneed. You're right. Okay. No comment.
Who's Orange Man?
You know who the Orange Man is.
No, I really don't.
Your commander in chief.
Oh God.
Just saying. I never served under that guy. I never did. The rest of y'all, I feel sorry for you.
I was like, Orange Man. I'm over here like, the Orange Bowl? Orange Man. Like, oh man, you talking about Mr. Orange spray paint? Face paint?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's funny. That was funny.
Yeah, I served under GW and I served under President Obama.
Good. That's good. Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't say those things.
Right. So we're not gonna go ahead and this is not gonna get political. So this is the final Sunday, the final football Sunday of the 2024-25 season, and we are going to hopefully have a heck of a game. I believe we will, whether it's a defensive struggle or whether we see some offenses explode. I think there's the legitimate possibility for either one of those happening. And I think we have the possibility of maybe seeing some all-time great performances. It's neat. Did you say Bubba? Wow. Okay, that's old school, man.
Hey, yeah, you out there.
Yeah. I was in high school under Bill Clinton.
Man, what? I was in elementary school.
Wow. Yeah, there you go. Respect due, Sid Bubba. Respect due. Appreciate you, man. Always.
You've been out there, brother.
Yes, sir. But yeah,
go Navy though. Go Navy, Sid Bubba. Go Navy. Beat Army. We got 334 days for this. Keep it going. Chiefs, Eagles, continue.
Yes. Oh, I was just giving the due respect since I can't say anything.
Oh, okay.
Remember.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't even want to see it. I thought you were just staring at the camera like,
no.
Like this. No, so I didn't even bother looking. I was just like, let me look at my screen.
I was giving the due respect because I had, I got to be quiet, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, man. What are some of your final thoughts on this game, man? I think we've dissected it. We've done our pick'ems. We've talked about who we think are our most important non-quarterback players in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have some final thoughts on this? Maybe as we get a little closer to kickoff here later this evening.
Man, I'm just.
I mean, you're not
ready. I'm ready to embrace.
Mm-hmm.
The now soon to be 3-time back-to-back Super Bowl champions.
Wow.
Willing to embrace it. As you guys know, we are the first three-peat championship team.
True.
That's why I'm wearing my robe, because
you know what?
More of the
showing, I didn't catch that.
Yes,
I did not catch that.
A little forethought that the Green Bay Packers are the 3-time championship. Back to back.
That's right.
But the Super Bowl era, which started in 1965, 66, goes to the Kansas City Chiefs. So I'm ready to come on in.
Welcome them in.
Welcome them in. Come on in.
Well,
I tell you something cool to drink.
Guess what, though, Transformer? You about to be like Mercury Morris. God bless the dead. You about to be like Mercury Morris. You're gonna tell him, you're on my block. Call me when you get to my house, because they won't get there. Philly's gonna beat them boys. So you guys will remain the only 3 consecutive NFL champions.
Negative, man. Shout out to Brucey. Patrick Mahomes is gonna be hosting up the Larry O'Brien Trophy. Okay.
Ooh.
He's going to be hosting up the Larry O'Brien Trophy today.
Right. That was a classic, man. Bruce is something else, man.
Hey, if y'all don't know, man, go back and watch our last show together. Apparently, apparently the Lakers are going to host up the Lombardi Trophy in June. But anyway, but no, man, it's going to be, man. I've got full confidence in the Chiefs. Looking like Bishop Magic Don Juan. Hey, where my cane? Oh, I need my pimp cane. Hold on.
Pimp name Transformer.
Pimp name Transformer.
Mr.
Keeping my
Mr.
ladies in line.
No, you have to say the whole thing.
Say it, Bubba. Why, man? Why?
Oh, man.
I do got my Don Juan green on.
Oh, that's funny. That's classic right there. That's a good one, Sid Bubble. Man.
Oh, that was.
That's why we love the show, man, because y'all be acting a fool in the chat, but we love that.
But yeah, man.
Sneed.
For another trash Brown season. Poor Browns, man. They can't get it right.
Draft a quarterback, Sneed.
I mean, they about to try to do whatever. They about to try to do whatever, man.
This is beautiful. What is the velvet?
Yeah, man. It's high quality, pristine. Browns fans wouldn't know nothing about this. It's all like brown paper bags. This is that royalty. Royalty. Green for the money and gold for the honeys. Hey, man, let us do our show this morning, man. Y'all chill out, bro. Let us do the show. I'm about to turn off the comments. We haven't even got well into our first topic, and it's 30 minutes in. Come on, man. Come on. Let's get it together, guys. Let's get it together.
Oh, my goodness. All right. Oh, man.
For the money and go.
Got to move on, Shadur. Sneed. The thing is, I wouldn't mind that. Only thing is, I don't think Coach Prime is going to let Shadur end up there. That's the thing. He said that he's already had talks with people who are in the know, So I think that he's going to Yo, Edward, you killing me, bro. Oh my gosh. Okay, we try to do a show here, y'all.
I'm telling you, I'm about to turn the dang comments off. Y'all just go be listening, man, until we ready to see y'all comments. We're gonna mute everybody for a little bit.
No, I don't think Coach Prime is gonna allow Shedeur to end up in Cleveland because he knows it's a bad organization. And he doesn't want his son, his son is going to be a high draft pick, so he's not going to be on a good team right away. But I don't think he wants him in a traditionally bad organization. I think that's the problem. Yeah. But we'll see. But yeah, let's get back to where was I on these final Super Bowl thoughts, man? Was that me or you?
Yeah, it was me. It was me paying. Yes. Just walking them in, man. I really do feel like this is destiny waiting to happen. Mm-hmm. Patrick Mahomes,
I can see it.
Andy Reid. I mean, these guys are just destined to, be that next Tom Brady New England Patriots, man, in my opinion. Just great defensively, great offensively. Mm-hmm. They know how to win close games. Are they great
offensively? They know how to win close games. I don't think they're great offensively, but they do know how to win close games.
When they need to be.
Okay.
Yeah, when they need to be. I mean, I don't need to see flashy numbers, 300-yard games to say you're great offensively. When the game matters the most in the final drive, can your offense get it done? That's being great. There's a difference between being statistically great and just flat out great, right?
Knowing being great when you need to be.
Being great when you need to be. When the moment matters the most,
yes.
Can you be great? That's the Kansas City Chiefs. So I don't like I said, I don't need to see the 50-yard bombs, the 300-yard games from Patrick Mahomes. I just, when it's time to be great, go be great. And that's what they are, man. As we saw this season.
When your best is required.
As we saw all of this year, they know how to win in every single facet. Field goal, block punt, block kick, touchdown, fumble, interception, pick six. They did it every single way, right?
Fourth down stop.
Dude, you know what I'm saying? It's just been every single way that they can win. Walking assisting.
Stop.
Hey, we're going to anoint the Kansas City Chiefs into the three-peat. To the three-peat conversation. Come on in, Kansas City.
Gosh.
Get yourself something cool to drink, man. Welcome to the three-peat. Welcome to the three-peat dynasty, man. But no, man, I really do believe in them. I really do believe in them.
I hear that. So check this out. Here's the flip side, right? There's a lot of people that feel how you feel, right? What if, just hypothetically, because we know that a lot of the podcasts are saying the same thing you just said. What if somebody on the Eagles right now just, wake up, or maybe they're having breakfast or they're doing whatever it is, and they happen to, have their phone out and hop on YouTube, right? Maybe now is not the time, but what's this Format Podcast thing? Like, y'all see this? Man, this cat, we call him some Transformer with Optimus Prime over here. Man, he over here talking about they gonna beat us, man. Like, we ain't even play yet. Can you imagine the amount of bulletin board material that the Eagles have for this game? Like, I think it's obviously bulletin board material doesn't win games for you, but I think that I think they got an extra level of motivation knowing that basically, football America, or maybe even the football world, has the Chiefs winning this thing. Although it seems like everybody doesn't want the Chiefs to win, like outside of that little small area.
You got your haters, or
I wouldn't call them haters, but I'm not rooting for the Chiefs here. Obviously, I'm rooting for my pick, which is the Eagles. I don't have any vested interest in this game, but I'm rooting for my pick, and I believe the Eagles will win. But I can imagine there's a ton of bulletin board material floating around that Eagles locker room saying, okay, it's us against the world. We got to go out there and prove them wrong, and think about what they're saying, whether it's true or not. We got to beat the Chiefs. We got to beat the referees. We got to beat the NFL. We got to beat Taylor Swift. Everybody come in here. It's us, right? We got to go out here and go to war, right? And not really, but metaphorical war, of course. And so I think that they have so much incentive to go out here and be the guys that break history, right? They don't want to be the team that the Kansas City Chiefs make history against, right? I don't think you ever want to be on the opposite side, right?
Yeah.
Like Jalen Rose, even though it wasn't just him, he has to go through life being the guy that Kobe
81.
put 81 on, even though it wasn't just him, right?
Yeah.
So
but he was the main guy.
Right.
But I was the main guy.
Yeah, you never want to be that. And I think that the Eagles know that. And I also believe that the Eagles are uniquely equipped to win this game, maybe more so than, they are better than the previous Eagles team that played the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. I believe they're better than last year's Niners. I think this team is uniquely equipped to get the job done. I do. I'm trying to think. Really good running teams have been able to run against the Chiefs this year, right? We saw Baltimore run the ball very effectively. But of course, Todd Monken, he tends to do what Todd Monken does. But they were able to run the ball extremely effectively. And they also don't have the weapons on the outside that the Chiefs have, right? We know the Chiefs, not the Chiefs, I'm sorry. We know the Eagles can run the ball extremely effectively, right?
And they commit, and they stay committed.
Yeah, man. They're not going to stop attempting to run the ball. So if Jalen Hurts can really take advantage of the fact that Spags is going to commit resources to stopping the run, he is. He's going to do that, whether it's schematically or whether it's via run blitz. So if Jalen Hurts can take advantage of that and take advantage of one-on-one matchups, Devonta Smith and of course A.J. Brown, the Eagles could really win this thing, man. I truly believe that.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it from a totality of good, bad on either side, it's not a lot of bad. It's very, 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 very few bad that you can point in this game, and that's why the spread is only 1 point. They got Kansas City favored by 1 point.
1.5.
Right?
Is it 1 now?
I think it's 1 now. I think they changed it to 1. It was 1.5.
1.5. Not that I follow those things. But
I'm looking at it, and it is 1. The spread is 1 point. Over is 48.5. Money line, 105 for the Eagles. But it's so tight. They both got great defenses. They both have a great offense. They both got Nick's. I'll say he's a good coach, but great coaches.
He's not Andy Reid.
He's not Andy Reid. That's why I couldn't put him on the same pedestal. But both got great DC coordinators. Vic Fangio, Spagnolia. Both got. I can't put Patrick Mahomes and Jalen on the same pedestal, but good enough quarterbacks to get it done. Saquon having by far the best statistical season any running back has ever had.
We're going to talk about that. There might be some. We're going to talk about that.
Yeah, but it's just a lot that's going on in this game to make it such a great game. Like it's definitely going to come down to one of those whoever gets the ball last. And Philly at this moment, you're like, let it be us.
Yeah,
let it be us, because we've seen what this man could do.
Yes,
time and time and time and time and time and time again, that he will bring it home every single time. So
and what's crazy? If I'm not mistaken, the last time Philly played in the Super Bowl against the Chiefs, I believe they were up 10 at halftime.
Correct.
So the prevailing thought is like, okay, if you are going to beat the Chiefs, as to your point, as we've seen, you got to try and blow these guys out because there's no other way, right? You have to try and put the game out of reach. But Spags is not going to allow that. He's going to make his adjustments. But Fangio, I mean, you got an elite defensive coordinator on the other side as well. And it's so funny that, and I guess that's just a proponent of the way modern day football is covered. We haven't even talked about the defenses, right? And you got a guaranteed Hall of Famer in Chris Jones, absolute monster, game record, right? So you have to,
and you can put him anywhere. He's not just right side. He can go left side. I'm gonna go inside. I'm gonna go outside.
Everybody has to pay attention to where he's lining up, right? Whether it's Jalen Hurts or whether it's the center. I can't remember who the center is, but no matter who it is, you have to point that guy out, right? And I'm sure they've gone over that ad nauseum in the past 2 weeks. always make sure you know where Chris Jones is and, adjust accordingly. So you got that. So it's not even like, okay, we're committing to run blocking, we're committing to pass block. You have to know where he is. Game record. But on the flip side of that, Jalen Carter. Now, does he have the ability to move all around the line the way Chris Jones can? No,
too big.
But he is a guy who clearly can push that pocket from the interior, and he can get right up in there and get right up in Patrick Mahomes' face, and really, really make it difficult. He can be very, very dangerous. And as you remember, I picked him as my most important Eagle. And I know a lot of people probably think I'm crazy for that, but the last time Pat Mahomes lost in the Super Bowl, it was what? Because of that interior pressure that the Tampa Bay defensive line was bringing, particularly who? Vita Vea.
Right?
Yeah. There you go. Dominant defensive tackle. Jalen Carter in that mold, in that Chris Jones mold, in that Vita Vea mold. So,
I mean, granted, with context, of course, it wasn't not a starter on that freaking offensive line for the Kansas City Chiefs. So, just a little context, but still, you saw how to get to Patrick Mahomes. You have to pressure him. You have to, but you got to get home with the pressure.
Yes.
And it has to be fast.
Yes.
If you notice, you go back, you look at that Super Bowl. Pat was, as soon as he's snapping the ball, he's already rolling out because he knows he can't stand there. Right. I'm not going to say the Eagles have got a good enough defense to do that, but at least that gives you an idea. Like, we have to provide some pressure, but it has to be quick. If it's not quick, he gets 3 seconds. Somebody's open in the middle. Travis Kelce's going for 15.
Yeah. So
every single time. So
I think what needs to happen there is, and this is just me, like, you got to use more. You got to use more stunts and things like that. You can't just line it up straight and think that, okay, we're just going to push directly up into the pocket. Like, you got to do things to make it more difficult on them. And I suppose that's any defense. And obviously I'm not a defensive coordinator, but you got to do things so that it's just like we talked about with Chris Jones. You have to do things to make the offense have to identify where the pressure's coming from. Right. Make them think a little bit, make things difficult, switch it up, because we know that once Mahomes gets a beat on what you're doing, it's over.
No, absolutely. If he gets a rhythm, Eagles buckle up.
Facts.
You better match him point for point, and don't. What's the number that you can't go up by Patrick Mahomes? Is it 11?
Is that
it's 11. I want to say the number is 11. It's a certain number you can't go up on Patrick Mahomes with, because he's undefeated when he goes down a certain number. I think it's 11.
Okay.
Or 13. It's one of those numbers. You can't go. He can't go down that number. And if he gets there, he's undefeated, because he's gonna chase it down. It's like he has a beef with the number, not the team. He's
right.
Like, I don't like that number. Like, we're negative. We're about to win this game.
He's so good, man. He's so good.
What's the number you can? I'm gonna look it up. Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, but no. To that point, here's the other thing, right? Obviously, Jalen Hurts is no Mahomes. He's nowhere near Mahomes. But Jalen Hurts is a competitor who's played in a tremendous number of high leverage games in his football life. Like, I don't think this is going to be new to him. I don't think he's going to be overly concerned about this. I think he's going to go out there and he's going to compete. He's a real competitor. And that's one thing I love about that guy. Whether it's in high school in Texas, or whether it's in high school in Texas, or whether it's whether it's in Alabama in national championship games. Here we go, yo.
Did you know Patrick Mahomes is undefeated against Vic Fangio?
Is he? Oh,
he's
that's
8-0.
scary. Okay, didn't know that. That's not good.
Yeah, I'm over here trying to find the number, and it just pops up. He's undefeated against Vic Fangio. He's 8-0.
Oh, that's okay. Well, it's a nice little tidbit if you're a gambler.
Yeah, for the back-to-back Super Bowl appears different plan for every time I play Vic Fangio, there's been a different change-ups and different things that he's thrown at us. So he's seen a lot of his defense. Went 6-0 versus Fangio when he was the head coach of the Denver Broncos, and added 2 more victories over Miami last year, where he was also the defensive coordinator. Only Peyton Manning, 9-1, has more wins over Vic Fangio led defense.
Jeez. So he could be 9-0 today.
Sheesh. Yeah. That's not what I was looking for, but that's what I found.
Right.
I'm still looking for the number, man.
That's crazy. Jeez.
But G, what it is, stupid.
What's going on, man? I see you rocking a velour. Oh, that's new. That's new. That's fresh.
No, it's actually about 5-6 years old.
You know what, man? I was, man, I forget who it was we were talking about. Sterling Sharp.
Yeah, Hall of Fame. Damn, that should have been my quick hit. Good call, G. That's his quick hit.
Man,
shout out Sterling Sharp, wide receiver for the Green Bay Packers, entering the Hall of Fame, making him and Shannon Sharp the first ever brother duo to be in the Hall of Fame. Boy, hey, when Shannon Sharp,
when he told him,
huh?
Did you see when he told him, when he invited him over and he told him?
I teared up.
Yeah.
I teared up, bro. It was just like, you know that moment meant so much to Shannon. Yeah. He just couldn't wait.
Yeah.
Because he didn't even say what he was supposed to say.
You see, John Elway there and a couple other Hall of Famers.
Exactly, man. Cool. He's like, man, what's this? What's this?
Yeah. He was like, what's going on? Shannon had his yellow gold jacket on and everything.
Welcome in. You made it. I was like, dude, man, it was a surreal moment, man. Go back and watch that video. Also watch the nightcap live with Chad Ochocinco, Shannon Sharp, Stephen A. Smith was there, and they had the interview with Sterling Sharp. And it was good, man. It made me tear up again. I'm like, come on, man. Like, golly. Like, these boys got to calm down with this, man. But
well, they won't be alone for long, though. You know.
Oh, Eli's gonna be in there.
Eli, then you're gonna have the Kelsey brothers.
But they're the first, so they get to say that.
Yeah, no, always.
Yeah, they said to say they're the first.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Yeah,
they set the standard. Yep.
And we all know who's going to be inducting Sterling in.
What?
Yeah. No,
that's going to be coming from none other.
That's going to be love. Yeah, Torrey Holt. That's tough. Yeah, that's real tough. But he'll get in. That wide receiver position,
receivers are hard to get in. Theo didn't get in the first ballot, but that's
right. And I'll tell you, the receiver thing is going to get. And I know we're digressing from the Super Bowl thing again, but we'll get right back to that because we got to get G's pick 'em, which he didn't give us on Wednesday. But it's going to be harder and harder for receivers with the way these guys are putting up numbers today. Mm-hmm. It's going to get harder for the guys from the past, and it's going to get harder for guys today because everybody's putting up big numbers. Like you could look at a Jamar Chase, and I think the assumption is going to be, okay, this guy's first ballot Hall of Famer. We could look at Justin Jefferson. The assumption is this guy's a first ballot Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying? So it's the way these guys are putting up numbers today is like, okay, what are we going to do? You can look at, especially if he gets a Super Bowl here and has a good game at it, D-Hop. We could look at him and say, okay, he's probably going to get in. Like, there's a lot of dudes, and it's like, I mean, everybody can't get in. Like, how do we start differentiating here, right?
Yeah.
It's the Hall of Fame, not the Hall of Very Good. You know what I'm saying? So
the Hall of statistically great. Yeah.
Gee, all right, man. What we got, man? We didn't get the pick 'em from you on your pick to win this Super Bowl, man. What are you thinking about it?
I don't know, man. I was looking at it and I was like, man, I wish both of them lose.
But, which can't happen.
that definitely won't happen. But that's definitely where I'm at with it. I go with the AFC team just because it's just tougher. But yeah, I don't even want to make this pick. But I gotta go with the Chiefs. They got the refs on their side.
Yeah,
they do get the edge. They get the edge when it comes to flags. And then, Patrick Mahomes, he's a real good bluffer, or what do they call it? He mastered the art of flopping. He mastered the art of flopping. Yeah, he's the biggest NFL flopper there. So he's going to get those calls when he needs. He's just,
even though he doesn't lead in the penalties, but that's Josh Allen, by the way.
Well, I think what G is referring to, transforming.
It matters. Yeah.
Right. He may not get the most, but in those spots. Now, I'm not the guy that's going to say that, okay, it's the referees, but that's a whole different thing. Go ahead, G.
I just think he make better decisions than the push and tush and push, whatever that is.
Tush push, yeah.
Better coaches, I should say. Better quarterback. Saquon Barkley is probably going to be the difference maker when it when it comes to the Eagles. He gets started and get going, it's going to be a crazy game, but I still think Mahomes will be able to pull it off. Just what he did before. The Eagles got a lot. I mean, they've won in the last 5, right? They won one of the last 5 years before, right?
Yes.
Nick Foles against Tom Brady.
Nick Foles against Tom Brady.
Yep.
Maybe it's been 5 years.
It might be exactly.
I think might be exactly ago, right? 5 years ago.
Okay, yeah. All right, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah,
that's my pick, man. It's just it pained me to have to go through that, but thank you.
We know it's not the right.
You guys.
Let's get on.
I can count on you guys to do things. Just,
this guy.
Let's think outside the box. That's a lose pick. Nobody. I wish both of them lose. Like, I don't even think I'm gonna watch the game.
That's Baltimore for you right there, guys. You're witnessing Baltimore in full-blooded fashion.
Well,
if it ain't the Ravens, it don't matter.
I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that feels this way.
But we know why you feel that way.
I don't think you have to be a Ravens fan to feel this way about.
You're not the only one that feels that way.
Yeah, it's not like this is one of those. Man, this is the Super Bowl we've been waiting for. No, it's not. It's two of the best teams. They made it.
Yeah.
A little better than it was when the Giants played New England, I think. That was pretty bad. That was a pretty bad Super Bowl.
When the Giants played New England?
That was a great Super Bowl. You talking about the helmet catch Super Bowl?
It was one of those defensive games.
Oh, that's why, because it wasn't no offense.
How does a Ravens fan not appreciate a great defensive game?
It was like a preseason game, yo. It was terrible. Go back and look at that game.
What?
Man. Go back and look at that game. I'm telling you, I'm not the same one. I'm not the only
incredible.
Do you guys even remember that game to say it's incredible?
Yeah,
absolutely.
That was a great
probably
game.
Like 200 yards of total offense. No, it was terrible.
No, because Eli Manning threw for like 260 in that game. So that's not right. Eli Manning, Brandon Jacobs, he got almost 100. No, it was a good game, man.
I say all that to say that I don't think this is going to be that type of game, but you know.
Do you think it's going to be a low-scoring game?
Yeah, it was. I mean, he scathed through a lot of games this year. A lot of games was one possession or not, which doesn't make it a bad game. I just don't think it'll be like one of those lopsided games where
I agree.
One team up 20 points, the Eagles up 20 points, the game over, third quarter, and then second, fourth quarter they come back, kind of like Patriots did with Atlanta. Team come back and lose, and now you're coaching and Matty Ice melt as what's his name? Bruce would always say, Matty melts.
Oh,
Matty melts.
It's crazy.
Believe in that, dude.
Or they'll turn the lights off on you like San Francisco tried to do y'all back in y'all Super Bowl.
Because they was
there's so many ways this thing could go, man. There's so many ways.
Like, hey, man, calm down.
I know most of the fans just want a good football game. This is the season finale. I mean, this is the end of it for us till next year, and I just think people just want a good game without all the antics. So a good game for me would be not letting the refs kind of dictate the game. I think like I said, it really don't matter who win. I'm gonna give the nudge to the Chiefs, but I just don't want a game where the refs is like taking over, and kind of dictating the game. That's all, man. Like, this good football. That's it. That's all I ask for. That's all I got.
I like it. I found that number, Bruce. It was 10 points.
Number? 10 points.
Philly can't go up 10.
They
can't be exactly 10. Yeah. They can't be exactly 10. They got to go up 11. They got to go up 9. Yeah. They can't go up 10. He's 12-0 when he's down by exactly 10 points in the game.
That's insane.
12-0. So, he's not down 10 a lot. So, it's every time you try to blow him out and it gets to 10, then you got a problem.
So, if you're Spags, is your absolute defensive focus stop Saquon?
It has to be. I think the more you slow him down, your secondary is good enough to make Jalen Hurts make a decision. He's gonna have to try to throw outside of the numbers. He's not gonna throw in the middle of that field, not against Spags defense. Okay. So with that, you stopping and slowing down Saquon, because I had thoughts that they would try to
before.
Huh?
He did it before against Spags defense.
But like this year, that's not
he
the
didn't
same
have-
Jalen. We keep saying that we've seen Jalen do it. This year is not that same Jalen.
I disagree. I just think he hasn't had to be that same Jalen because he had Saquon going crazy. I don't think he's not the same Jalen. I think he hasn't had to be.
Nah, he's had to be. A lot of them games were predicated off of like, damn, man, this is a tight nip and tuck game. And then Saquon busted it open for a 50-yard and like, okay, he goes and wipes his forehead on the sideline. Like, all right, good, because I couldn't get the ball to AJ. I couldn't get the ball to Devontae.
But we saw in the NFC Championship game, he was throwing dimes.
But you look at the 2 games prior, he was hesitant, missing wide open looks against us. If it wasn't for Jordan Love turning the ball over 3 times and our offense scoring some points, we could have easily beat Philly because they just couldn't get it going offensively, with the exception of who? Saquon Barkley. You look at the Rams game. That was a very, very nip and tuck football game. What happened? Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
Right? You know, Saquon Barkley. Yeah. I mean, so it wasn't until the Washington game to where divisional rival, then it was just a blowout. It was just like, it was nothing Washington can do anymore. Like they kept turning the ball over. Defense gets tired at that point. You know, Jalen Hurts just starts picking them apart. But
who you think more likely to have more turnovers, the Chiefs or the Eagles this game?
I think it's going to be a relatively clean game. I don't see the turnovers happening. If it's maybe a 1-0 turnover deficit, then
I think Kansas City the one that does it.
That has it, or has the turnover advantage?
Turnover.
Interesting.
Yeah. Somehow, like they always sneak a turnover in there, but they just win the game some freaking how. You know, maybe a fumble or, Pat may throw.
You think it's going to be a clean game?
Relatively so, yeah. I don't see a lot of turnovers.
Jalen Hurts, he kind of he can pull a Lamar on you at any time, man, and just
we saw he clearly outplayed Pat Mahomes in the first Super Bowl matchup they had. Clearly, like there's no question. Now, did they win the game? No, so it doesn't really matter, right?
Would you say? Can you say he outplayed him?
Oh yeah.
Because when the play mattered the most, the great one showed his ass.
No question, but we're talking about on the whole for the entire game.
Talking about on a statistical point.
Well, not just statistically. No,
being better means I'm gonna not only be good for the game, but I'm gonna close it out. That's a part of being the better quarterback in the game. I closed it out, like just how you. Now, I don't mean to make this an NBA topic, but you're like, we always point at LeBron because he's great throughout the game, but Kyrie Irving's the closer or somebody else is the closer. Let's have that same comparison. I'm good throughout the game, but when the moment matters the most, who closed the game? That's Patrick Mahomes. So did he outplay Patrick Mahomes, or was he just statistically better than Patrick Mahomes?
No, I still think he outplayed. I get your argument, and that's
and he turned the ball over.
Now that's huge.
Yeah,
that the
huge turnover.
I mean, we talk about it all the time.
The ball just fell out of his hand, right?
Yeah, he fumbled.
The fumble.
We talk about it all the time, right? Right, Transformer. Turnovers will beat you.
Turnovers will beat you, and that's it. Because I think they were up 10. They were up 10. He fumbles the ball. Kansas City scores. Now we got a ball game.
Right.
Give the ball to Patrick Mahomes last. Patrick Mahomes drives the length of the field, finds Nicole Hartman, right side, touchdown. Nicole looks at Patrick like, okay, spike the ball or something. Like, no, bro, we won. Game's over. What are you doing? Come on, celebrate. Oh, we won? Yes, touchdown. It's over. We did it again. So, I mean, that's what I define outplaying somebody. You can't, like, statistically, okay, numbers were better. Congratulations. Who had the biggest turnover? Jalen Hurts. Who closed the game? Patrick Mahomes. You know, that's how I, label who outplayed who.
I mean, I get it. I get it. Don't 100% agree, but I get it. And it's a sound argument.
I only try to make sound ones, But anyway, that's our Super Bowl thoughts, man. We're an hour into the show. We're still on the first topic.
Wow.
We're gonna go ahead and move on to
probably could have done that for a while, huh?
Running back season ever. Well, we had to let G speak. G came in. let him get his points off, and we can finally move on. So, best running back season ever. So, as we know, Saquon Barkley is statistically having one of the best seasons we've ever seen from a running back perspective. He had the possibility of breaking the all-time rushing record in the regular season.
They did him dirty on that, but anyway.
But they were waiting for this moment. They said, "Hey, let's save it for this moment." So at this point, it's working. It's working. Right?
If they don't win the Super Bowl today, and
they're going to talk about this.
They're
going to talk about this.
Might be a topic.
They're going to talk about this.
Might be a topic.
This is definitely probably going to be one of the. You're going to see the 3P, 3P banner, 3P banner, but 3P banner. But on the Philly side, I'm like, why did we waste a great season for Saquon Barkley by not going forward in Week 17? That's what you're going to hear about.
By the way, you owe Pat Riley some money, right? Go ahead and cash app that man his dough.
Actually, I don't. The Format Podcast does, because this is your platform. This is your platform.
You said it. You said it.
I'm a representative of the Format Podcast.
Oh my!
Hey, y'all, go ahead and send them what do you call them, chats?
Yeah, send them super chats so we can pay
send them
Pat
super
Riley.
chats, man, so I can pay Pat Riley. But anyway, back to the point. As we know, he wasn't able to get the regular season record from Eric Dickerson. He ended up at 20.05. He needed 101 yards to pass Eric Dickerson, which is more than likely against the New York Giants in the last week. But they decided to pull him. Nick Sirianni came to him and said, "Hey, let's just prepare for the playoffs and prepare for a Super Bowl run." So it's Nick Sirianni, right? So far, he is correct. They're in the Super Bowl, gunning to knock off the Kansas City Chiefs for their first back-to-back-to-back championship. I guess I got to say back-to-back-to-back now. Don't want to get fined.
Yes, that's right.
But now he's having such a great season in totality, in regular season and in postseason. He is 30 yards away from breaking Terrell Davis's total rushing record. What was the number? I'm sorry, I had the number up, but I think I closed it out. I think it's 24 blah blah blah.
Oh yeah, I didn't have that. So
2,400.
I got hold on.
You got it
here.
But anyway, breaking
has rushed for 2,447 yards, including the playoffs. So he's 30 yards away from breaking Terrell Davis' record for the most rushing yards in a single season, including playoffs. So that would be 2,477.
Yeah. Okay.
So 2,477 would be the
So yeah. So without a doubt, I mean, barring injury, he's going to get that in the first quarter.
Yeah.
So that's going to be out the way. This is going to be a crazy Super Bowl with a lot of accolades. You got 3P that's on the line. Saquon breaking Terrell Davis's record. It's a whole lot. You got Taylor Swifties in the crowd. You got Kendrick Lamar fans waiting for the halftime show. It's a lot. It's a lot going on for this show. Yeah, we know not you because you're not like us.
Oh man,
you're not like us. You're not like
that's
us. But anyway, what is your take on him possibly having the best running back season ever? So depending on how this game goes, he's obviously going to pass the 30 yards. So let's just go ahead and call that what it is. So he's going to have the record. Does he need the Super Bowl to cement the best running back season ever? Or is him just passing the 30 and having a good game is enough to have the best running back season ever?
Gee,
we'll start with you, man. I'm actually looking something up here.
Yeah, it would definitely need to have a Super Bowl. And I mean, I still like Jamal Lewis' run to the Super Bowl.
Of course you do.
Yeah. Terrell Davis, that run was crazy.
Jesus.
Terrell Davis shit was crazy. That run was nuts. Yeah. I don't know, bro. I don't think so. I think it's a softer game. And so we got to take that into accountability as well. And it's not like he did it by like 200 or 300 yards.
Right.
He's probably just barely winning. So if he does get the 36 yards or whatever you need.
31.
Yeah. 31.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I mean, you would need to rush for 250 yards in the Super Bowl for that to happen. I think that would separate him from a lot of other running backs because he ran the whole season.
A lot of things.
Yeah, and then he got in the Super Bowl and
crazy work.
Yeah, and cooked. So I mean,
so would you say? He would
running
need
best running back ever? Yeah, he had to put up some crazy numbers in the Super Bowl to do that.
Is 125 2 touchdowns? Is that good enough?
Nah, man, at least 150. 150? The Super Bowl record is 206. That's Timmy Smith back in 88 for Washington Redskins at the time against the Broncos. Damn. Yeah, they smoked them. But yeah, so
rule change, Snead. Rules change. You can't do everything. You can't tackle the way you used to tackle, period. Doesn't matter what your position is. You can't hit drop, can't do none of that stuff that used to be legal. Horse collar, can't do any of that.
Hair pull.
Yep, all that. It changes things.
It does. But I do get Snead's question where he says, soft in the secondary and on the QB, how does that impact the running back? I think the running back is the position in the modern game that takes the most physical abuse, of course, outside the lineman, right? Mm-hmm. So he's got a point, but G also has a point in that overall,
it's how you hit them.
Every big hit is a flag. Every big hit, because they just don't want to see that. They're so afraid of it.
Can't lead with the crown. You can't hit them too low. Mm-hmm. You can't pull from the horse collar. You can't pull their hair anymore. Yeah, so, I mean, a lot of that goes into now defensively, how do I tackle you without getting a flag? Yeah,
and it's tough because
of it changed. Mm-hmm. Even as a running back, I don't think you don't see them trucking people no more. They use a lot of stiff arms and jukes more than they did back in the day. Where bruisers not dipping their head no more. You see, what's his name? Kevin Mack. That's an old one.
Yeah.
That's an old one. Man, who else?
Mike Allstott.
Allstott. Yeah. Oh my God, bro. Yeah. We don't see bowling balls anymore, man. It's not a lot of bowling balls in the
league. It's not the same. So the thing I always complain about, and then we'll get back to the topic, is as a defender, you could line them up perfectly. You got the perfect strike zone. You have put yourself in position to make a perfect form tackle exactly where you can hit him between the numbers. But guess what? The offensive player at the last second hunches up. They bring their self down. And now you end up helmet to helmet, and the defender now gets the flag. What am I supposed to do? Again, physics is physics. And once the defender's already on a trajectory based on that perfect strike zone, the offensive player moves and hunches up. What am I supposed to do? I know it's bang, bang, man, but that's just a tough spot for the defender. It's really tough. Gee, you mentioned Jamal Lewis. The 2,000-yard season wasn't the Super Bowl season, though, right?
Yeah, it was. That was the year that he was the only offense we had.
I don't think that was the 2,000 yards.
No, 2,000-yard season for Jamal Lewis, 2003.
I didn't think it was. I thought he had about 1,400 maybe in the Super Bowl season.
I corrected.
Yeah, 2003, that's when Jamal Lewis had it. Yeah.
I mean, still, that 2,000-yard season was crazy. So here's the thing, right? 2,000 yards, obviously is a magical number for any NFL running back, right? But first, we have to keep in mind 17 games, right? That's why what OJ did was all the more incredible, because we can't remember. I think his quarterback was Joe Ferguson, but we can't really remember any of his receivers, right? He had a quarterback who was pretty much nondescript, and he ran for 2,000 in 14 games. 14 games versus we got guys doing it 16, 17 now. So we got to keep that in mind. Also, again, while 2,000 yards is incredible, Saquon is only the eighth best single season rushing total in history among running backs, right? So let's see how many I have him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he's the eighth best, right? So it's okay, 3 more games and you're still only the eighth best. Again, an incredible season, but we got to take this stuff into account. And has it been awesome? Yes. What I think is key is not just Saquon running for the 2,000 and being in position to arguably have broken that record, but the fact that he's a quality receiver out of the backfield. So he could run it, he can catch it, and he's just so incredibly important to the offense in terms of the play action, in terms of the RPO in the modern game. Like, he is, for all intents and purposes, the linchpin to that offense, right? And so I think that, yes, man, I'm having a real hard time with this. Is it the best running back season ever? So I think, to G's point, if he blows up in this Super Bowl, 150, 175 yards, or even breaks, the rushing record in a Super Bowl, then you have to give it to him, right? 17 games a night, you got to give it to him if he really goes off. But I don't think just winning the Super Bowl will be the greatest running back season ever. Now, we'll hear this question asked tomorrow if they win. I guarantee it. All over the sports media, we'll hear a lot of people, because, sports media is about recency bias and all that. And we'll hear a lot of people arguing that it is. But unless he really and truly goes off like that, yes, Need, you're 100% right. Unless he really and truly goes off and just has that monster game, then I think that the answer would be no. Transformer, what are your thoughts, man?
I think he can. What it took for Terrell Davis to do it, 2,000-yard season, win the Super Bowl, get $150. I think he can do that. Terrell Davis didn't get $150 in just rushing yards. He had 102 rushing yards and he had 50 receiving yards. Can Saquon do that? He can do that in 3 plays. One of them he's going to take to the house. The other one is going to be a receiver that he takes to the house, and then he could, chunk away at it through the rest of the game. So he could do that by passing Terrell. Like, when you're passing someone and you win the Super Bowl,
you got to legit argument.
What more do I need to do?
Right.
Yeah, like what more do I need to do? Do I need to get 250? Do I need to get 200? No, but I think if I have a solid game and I'm a key cog on how we got there, because he's the biggest piece on why we got here in the first place, right? Just like Terrell Davis was for the Denver Broncos in '98. So he was that too. Got him to the Super Bowl, but I also have to perform in the Super Bowl. $150 plus total yardage, touchdown or 2. Be a key cog on why we win. I think that's what defines you having the greatest running back season. Because I can't predicate what Saquon doing, because he didn't change the rules. It wasn't like he went to the front office like, hey, can we change rules on how we're hitting? I can't do that to him. I can't. I got to be fair across the board. Rules change per every couple of decades. He's not the reason why they did it. Is he going out there playing the absolute best he can? Is it the best we've seen? Absolutely. Does he have the numbers? Check. Did he? Is he the reason why they got to the Super Bowl? Check. Did he perform in the Super Bowl? Check. Did he win the Super Bowl? Check. Do all of that? Did he pass all of those numbers? Check. Done. I don't think it's that hard.
I understand your argument that a particular player doesn't change the rules, but that doesn't matter. Like, for instance, Man Down Sports, he did a show and he was talking about something. I can't remember, but he had on a clip from a movie, like a documentary about Jesse Owens, right? And I'm sure we all know who Jesse Owens is, but quick history lesson. Jesse Owens he was a former world record holder in the 100 meters. I think he ran like 10.3, 10.4 in the 36 Olympics in Germany, right? 1936, I believe so. So anyway, African-American, just an incredible sprinter. So they took an elite sprinter from today and they put him in the same conditions that Jesse Owens had, right? They put him in the same type of track spikes Jesse Owens wore. They rebuilt those. They put him in the spikes. They put him on the same type of track, right? So you didn't have the fancy track material to run on. You didn't have the fancy spikes. And this guy was an elite sprinter from today, and he ran so much slower, right? So the point I'm trying to make is, can you blame the sprinters of today for their conditions? No, but it's the same thing I always say. If you're running flat, I'm running uphill. It doesn't matter who changed the rules. The rules are that the conditions are different, so you have to take that into account. And I think that's part of what G was saying. And I'm to some level in agreement with that. Like, that has to be easier conditions has to be accounted for.
But does that can't be the end all be all standard?
I was just about to say it's not the end all be all.
Be the end all be all.
No, but it has to be considered. I wasn't saying. Well,
if it has to be considered, then again, just like we do any other sport, we have to predicate errors. When the rules change, the era has to be defined with that's the greatest we've ever seen in that era. Slash that from here on out. Right. This is the best running back season ever.
Listen, you know I'm with you on that.
Yeah,
I have no disagreement on dividing things up.
We do this for every sport. There's a certain way we predicate the rule change, and we make whatever it was at that moment of time the end all be all standard, which isn't fair to anybody from there on out. It's not fair because they didn't invent it. They didn't invent it.
I agree.
I was just born at this particular time in life.
I can't do anything about that.
I took the game to this to this level. This is as far as I can take it. Right.
No doubt.
So, yeah.
But can we really say, right? As great as Pat Mahomes is, right? As great as he is, can we say that his greatness is 100% the same level of greatness as Joe Montana? Joe Montana used to get crippled back there. Now you do that, you'll probably get suspended for 2 years or kicked out the league, period. You know what I'm saying? Like the amount of protection that quarterbacks have now, and I get it, the amount of money that that's being spent on them, and obviously the game's so quarterback centric and so on and so forth. I get it, but we have to take into account that these differences matter. So I hear G on that. And while I don't agree that it's the end all be all, I'm not saying that's what he said, but while I don't agree it's the end all be all, it has to be accounted for. So I agree with him on that. I don't think it'll quite be like I said, unless he really goes off and does something crazy in the Super Bowl, I don't think it's the best running back season ever. Edward, I don't want you to think I was ignoring you. I apologize. Do I think he's better than Christian McCaffrey? I do. I don't. Let me see. How was it? No, I think he's better than Christian McCaffrey. I don't know that the margin is super huge, but yeah, I do think he's better
this season.
Henny, what's up, Henny? Listen, man, I got a question for you, bro. I'm a Ravens fan, Henny, but I'm wondering, like, where is your evidence for making a statement like that? Help me out here. Unless you can see the future, help me out here. I don't understand this.
What did I miss? What happened? I'm sorry.
I'm gonna put it back up here.
With this guy, on his record, I guess I should say Ravens run the league after the Super
Bowl. Like I don't. No, I mean, listen, I got this.
First of all, my name's on the screen, by the way. You can call me the Transformer. Be respectful, my guy. Henny. Before I sip some Henny.
I got you, man.
Anyway, but what? Ravens run the league after the Super Bowl? Definitely from B More. That's definitely got to be your guy, G.
No, look.
B More.
She's like, I don't know that dude.
I don't know nothing about nothing y'all talking about, bro.
No, in all seriousness, I'm just like, if you know something I don't know, I'd love to know it. And listen, I would love to see the Ravens run the league after this Super Bowl. I would. I'm just trying to say, like, is there something you want to share with us that, you got some insight or something? I would like to know.
He must. That must mean the Ravens win the Super Bowl next year, I guess. I guess. Just like it was.
Hey, I hope so.
I
hope so.
The year before.
Mess around. I'd love to see a damn Ravens Packers Super Bowl so we could smack you all around. I'd come on here and tell Transformer, hey, Transformer.
Get your pelts up, man. Get your pelts up before you come talk to us. Get your pelts up.
The MVP storyline is bigger than the Super Bowl this year.
Say again?
I think the MVP snub of Lamar Jackson
You're about to get to that
Super Bowl right now.
I don't think it is. Because you talk about history with the Super Bowl, right? So
goodness gracious. It's getting crazy in the chat.
I don't even know what that is. All right, well, okay.
It's wow.
I don't know what that is. All right, let's you know what? We haven't even
Oh, no, you're not frozen.
Oh. Let's do this, man, because we haven't even done it yet, man. Let's open up the phone lines real quick. Anybody wants to call in and give your thoughts on whether or not this is going to be the best running back season ever. If the Eagles win the Super Bowl, man, we would love to hear your thoughts on this. So, yeah, you know the number. It's right there on the screen, and it's scrolling on the bottom like it always is.
904.
Man, somebody said Diddy home, man.
219.
Somebody said they let Diddy come home.
What? For real?
No, I know they sent him to a medical facility for his knee. I don't think he came home, no.
I don't know. You can't let that dude
say
come home,
something's wrong with his knee. Oh, he'll definitely hide in the islands. They gotta have full detailed security watching them 24/7. Yeah, no, he's not free. Kanye is promoting that he gets free though. That's the first thing you see pop up though.
No calls on this? Interesting. So let me hear. Henny says Chiefs win the Super Bowl this year. Kelsey retires. I think Kelsey said he's coming back. We are done with the Swift garbage. Why is everybody so worried about Taylor Swift? She don't put pads on.
That's because the NFL constantly showing her on the screen. If they just stop that so much,
man. NFL fans out here acting like NBA fans. I mean, we gotta cut this out, man. It's driving me crazy.
All day, bro. We trying to watch
it is exhausting. But it is exhausting.
She don't put pads on. And the
metrics at the Super Bowl or something. Don't keep flashing her every time out. Oh, look.
Listen, do you know why? Because the metrics show how the freaking thing spikes every time they show her. They're making a ton of money off of her. That's why.
It's crazy.
Nah.
I didn't make it that way. Ravens run it up with Lamar. He doesn't choke, makes it to the Super Bowl. NFC is garbage. Easy Ravens Super Bowl.
Anything is for sale for the NFL.
So Kelsey is back and Andy Reid is back.
He's on the contract for sure.
Yeah, he said he's coming back. He already said it.
No.
Of course.
All right, let's go ahead, man, because we didn't get a call on that one. So let's take it to topic of the day. G, let's switch this up. This is what I want from you. This is what I'm gonna test your objectivity here. I'm gonna test your objectivity. I want you to make the argument for why Josh Allen won the MVP.
That's kind of hard because a lot of people don't even understand why he won the MVP.
We're not talking about
still trying to figure it out. Like they say,
I know why.
It should have been a Cole. It should have been Cole MVP.
Agreed. Hold on a second. Let's go back. Sid Bubba's calling. Let's take this and then we'll get to that topic. Sid Bubba, what's good, bro?
What's good? I'm gonna go ahead and I guess do my take on the topic about the best running back season ever.
Yes.
I love Saquon, what he did this season.
Yes.
And I'm picking Philadelphia with you, Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
But if I got to say the greatest season, I think it was LT in 2006.
Okay.
So, like, when I looked at it, LT had more touchdowns, and he got the MVP vote.
06. Yeah, that was crazy.
So I think it's that year. That's kind of why I'm looking at where he kind of fell a little short. But however, if he does well in the Super Bowl, that all could change. But if I'm thinking the best year, I remember another year with Barry Sanders. He had another crazy year, and Edie had a great year. But if I had to say the best season ever, I would probably go with that.
Go with who?
It's kind of tough.
LaDainian Thomas.
I'll go with LT. I'm going with LT.
Even despite him not doing anything in the playoffs?
By the numbers, it's a good argument. I want to say in the playoffs in 06, looks like they only played one game, so they got beat in the divisional. Even though it appears they had the number one seed, the Chargers, at 14-2. But he had 123 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. Like, I don't know what else he was supposed to do. Was he supposed to get 200? Phillip Rivers probably lost that game. You know what I mean?
I definitely got top 5 of all time, but I'm looking at LT and then I'm looking at Eric Dickerson, what he did back in '84. Yeah. Everybody ain't as old as dirt as I am, but I think I remember that as a kid. But I think that was probably, man, I think that was far as just dominance, just rushing.
Mm-hmm.
Those two right there, if Saquon probably gets the TD, he got to finish the deal. But I think those two are kind of hard to eclipse.
Yeah. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, Adrian Peterson, his year where he ran for, was it 2,097 yards, finished, what is that, 8 yards short of the record, which is crazy. So he did that, but I think he did that coming off his damn.
His knee was messed up.
I thought so.
No, I think he had ACL. I think he had ACL. And nobody ever just like came back that quick.
Yeah, he wasn't supposed to come back that fast. He came back and then he just blew it away. Crazy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But and it ain't no hate on Saquon, but it's just like if we're talking the best, we gotta take those into consideration as well.
Fair enough. All right, Sid Bubba, you got anything else, man?
I think that'll be it, man. Boy, I gotta get me one of them rules, boy. I want to be silent and profile. That green and gold. I'm about to, I want to touch and rub the hem of the garment on the rose. Watch it, boy.
Yeah, that's a mean robe for real.
I'm like, so that boy clean.
Yeah, casket clean.
That boy clean.
Yeah. All right, Sid Bubba, thanks for the call, man. I appreciate you. That was a good one,
brother.
LT. Might be that. All right. All right, let's go. Let's go back to Josh Allen. Finally gets the MVP. I think the league and a lot of other people have wanted him to win the MVP for a while now. But yeah, G, I want to hear you on this. I'm testing your objectivity, man. I want to see if you can make a case. Really, it's very easy how to make the case for this, but I want to hear if you can make the case for why Josh Allen won MVP.
Unmute your mic. There he goes. Muted mic.
You do it, bro.
Thank you, sir. That's the I got to think of a name for Transformer for the podcast. I like the Transformer. It's nice, but he's more of a I don't know. Yeah, we'll get back to that. But
you can call me a Magic Don Transformer.
A pimp named Transformer.
Oh, he wasn't here for all that, so he missed it.
No, he missed
it. Yeah, he missed it. They said I got on the Magic Don Juan colors early on the chat.
Oh my goodness!
You do know who Magic Don Juan is, right?
I think praise the Lord. Not doing that for today. Human trafficking. We're not talking about that.
No, we're not.
Praise the Lord.
All right,
man. Your case, G. Go, bro.
I have no case. However, what I will say is, I think Josh Allen played the best year in his life. Right, he played the best season he could possibly play. Just looking at him, you probably see. I mean, I can see why people voted for him, but I mean, it's from a eye test, right? Like he definitely passes the eye test when it comes to like always getting chunk plays, clutch. I think a lot of time. I think this year, what they said one of the reasons was because he didn't have as much talent around him as Lamar did, and that was why he was still able to do a lot of the things that he did. I think they separate like 300 yards in total in offense. Well, not total offense, because at the beginning of the year he was definitely leading Lamar. So this year he played like a combination of I'd say Cam Newton and Joe Montana. I mean Steve Young. That's typically how he looked this year. So I can kind of see why people voted for Josh Allen. Having the very best possible game he could ever have in his life, but it was just, it's really hard for a lot of people to kind of look at the MVP and be like, yo, Josh Allen definitely got it. through and through. I think another reason why he got it because Lamar openly said that he don't care about the MVP. He's trying to win a game. So his focus was somewhere totally different. He is. But we never saw Josh Allen come forward and say, only thing I care about is the game. He just chose not to speak on it.
That's true.
He just chose not to speak on it. But yeah, I mean, they beat the Ravens. So that I think even though I think they voted prior to the games.
They were supposed to. We don't know if it actually went.
Yeah, I have no idea how things went, but it's a media award, though, right? Like a lot of times, these media folks they get to pick. But if you look at you go back and look at Josh Allen tape this year, just look at the highlights. It's chunk play after chunk play. I mean, he looked a lot like some of those plays that he looked like a MVP quarterback. He looked like an MVP quarterback. Can't take that from him.
Right.
I'm sure he was balling.
No, that's fair. That was good, G. That was good. That said,
he had a balanced attack, though. I mean, let's be honest.
Yes.
Picking up Amari Cooper, Deion Cole, I think that's his name. Deion Cole, I think that's his name. He was balling as a rookie. Like he came out and
you're talking about old boy from Florida State. Yeah.
He was balling. He had a real good breakout year. Towards the end of the year, he had those weapons. The beginning of the year, not so much. So that's one of those things that I think that when you start looking at like, oh well, this person didn't have the weapons. We seen teams, they're super stacked and not able to make things happen or make things shake when it comes to being a quarterback. And then we see teams like the Buffalo Bills who didn't really have a whole lot of like what we thought would be impactful players bringing the team together. You got to learn a playbook. A lot of times that take years for you to kind of get that type of chemistry in. This dude is a professional, co-MVP in my eyes, but he played a hell of a game, hell of a season this year. I mean, beginning of the year, I always said, I was like, man, he threw too many picks. Remember that? That was like my only
But
thing.
It was true. You weren't wrong.
Yeah. And so I guess he heard me and he calmed that down a lot this year.
Hold my beer.
A whole lot.
A
whole lot.
Yeah.
He brought it all the way down.
So he was balling, man. I don't know really what else to say. He was balling.
No, that was a great argument. Transformer, you go and then I'll go.
I got it right. I said it before, and I know this don't matter, but I said they waiting to see whoever wins this game.
I think you're right.
It's gonna be whoever wins this game.
Yeah.
Whoever has the moment to where they're winning this football game, we're gonna give them the trophy, right?
Yeah,
because the same way Ravens fans or Lamar fans, I'm not going to just say Ravens fans here. Lamar fans, we keep holding up the stats. We keep holding up the stats. He's statistically better than Josh Allen. Okay. Who won the MVP last year, Bruce?
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson. Do we know that there was a quarterback that outgained him in yards, had less interceptions, more touchdowns, better percentage, all of that better than Lamar Jackson last year?
No, who was that?
Dak Prescott.
There we go. Wow. Okay.
And it wasn't even close in the yardage. I think he out.
You're right.
By 900 to 1,000 yards than Lamar Jackson. Right. So we want to throw stats in there. The MVP stands for most valuable player.
There you go.
Value is what they're determining in this argument.
My arguments, man.
My bad, man.
I'm gonna say honestly, we're supposed to agree that that's what it means, but they changing them. They changed the goal.
No, you're right.
Man.
It generally
that's what it's supposed to be, but
they say it all the time. No, it's normally the best player having the best season, but that's not what the award is. We'll go ahead, Transformer.
The award.
It's not the first time.
I'm saying now.
It's not the first time that happened, right? It's not the first time that you had somebody with those stats to not win the MVP, and this isn't the first time you had somebody like these two guys where one is all offensive player, all pro quarterback, number one first team, and then number two second team. So this is not the first time it happened. Right. It's just one of those things where I don't know, man. It's no definitive rules. I think people do whatever they want to do and pick one.
That's the problem for me. But anyway,
I think it's the most favorite player award.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
My bad. Oh, you were you done? My bad. I didn't want to cut you off.
Yes, sir. I ain't trying to hijack your session. I just
No, you're good, bro.
No, you're good.
No, you're good. But no, this is to, like I said, the Lamar Jackson fans who are advocating, because the biggest thing I'm seeing on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever the case may be, we're putting the numbers on there. We're just showing numbers.
That's lazy.
It's just pure numbers. And it's like, okay, I can show you plenty of MVPs who won the award but didn't have the best numbers. Because call it what it is, it's the most valuable quarterback award. This is what I'm gonna call it. It's most valuable quarterback award. So we're talking about quarterbacks here. So running backs and pass, it's pretty cut and dry when it comes to their position, because it's either your best rusher or you're the best receiver and you won the award. That's cut and dry to me. When it comes to quarterbacks, we're looking at the numbers far too much, because like I said, just this past season, Lamar Jackson won the award. He had 3,678 quarterback yards, 24 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. All right. Not quarterback percentage, a completion percentage of 67.2. Right. Dak Prescott had 4,500 yards, 69.5 completion percentage, 36 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions.
Yeah.
So based off your metric that you guys are arguing, Dak Prescott was the MVP.
That's right.
But what did we say about Lamar Jackson? Team was better. He did it with less.
That's right.
We put the Pro Bowls
at like 8 or 9 all pros.
Thank you, Bruce. You're leading your segue back into my field here. Lamar Jackson was the. Let me finish though, G. Lamar Jackson was the head and shoulders of the Baltimore Ravens last season when it came to that offense, right? We got on Dak Prescott because they had 10 Pro Bowlers. 10. It was like, he got 10 Pro Bowlers, got CD Lamb, got Micah Parsons, got all these guys on the Pro Bowl, and we gave it to Lamar because his value was greater for the Baltimore Ravens than the value of Dak Prescott to the Dallas Cowboys.
Preach.
So now we fast forward to this season, right? How many Pro Bowlers did Lamar Jackson have? Yeah, 8. I want to say 8 Pro Bowlers.
Led the league, I believe.
Led the league. Baltimore Ravens had 8 Pro Bowlers. One of them being Derrick Henry, 1,900-yard rusher, right behind him on his coattails. Yes. If it wasn't for Saquon Barkley, man would have had the best season of the best running back of the season, right? If it wasn't for Saquon Barkley.
Second team All-Pro.
Now go to Buffalo. How many Pro Bowlers did they have? 1. You know who that Pro Bowler is? Josh Allen.
Correct.
So not only did you take away Stephon Diggs, you take away Gabe Davis. His weapons as a receiver. You give him a rookie, and you give him secure, right? Those are his weapons, and you got Dalton Kincaid.
You got Dalton Kincaid. You did the Amari Cooper trade.
Did the Amari Cooper trade halfway through? Not only did he improve by the quarterback metric, he improved by his own metric. We known him for turning over the ball all the time. Now he goes into this season, limited the turnovers, really got it done on the offensive side, and had the better record than Lamar Jackson. Did all of that we was like, honestly, I think we can go back at the beginning of the season when we picked, we didn't have the Bills going anywhere this far. We didn't. But the fact that he did all that by himself, being the Pro Bowler, most valuable player, they gave it to the guy with the most value to his team. There you go. There goes my piece on it.
That's a really, really good take transform.
I appreciate you there, brother. Let me sit back in my.
What you got, Bruce?
I'm a Muslim, but let the church say amen.
Woo!
Transformer was preaching on Sunday morning. Okay. Man, that's tough. That's a tough act to follow right there, man. It's a tough act to follow. So one of the biggest arguments I've made for years now, I'm sure you guys have heard me say this, I've referred to the NCAA men's basketball tournament, where they don't select an MVP, they select an MOP, most outstanding player, right? Because what do I always say? Words have meaning. They have to have meaning, right? If they didn't, why would we have dictionaries? Why would we define words, right? There's a reason for that. So with that said, I've said for years that when the argument is always the MVP award goes to the best player, like what? That's just silly. And then you hear, well, Lamar Jackson was all-pro first team quarterback. Okay, so then why not just simplify it? Hey, whoever's all-pro first team quarterback, that's the MVP, right? That make it simple. But no, that's not just what it is. The very point is valuable, as you spoke to earlier in your such an eloquent soliloquy, Transformer. You spoke to value, and that's a real thing, man. That's a real thing. But what I want to do here is actually, I have a clip from Acho, a brief clip discussing.
Wait. That's not what we agreed to.
What do you mean?
We didn't agree to that.
To what?
We agreed that I would argue Josh Allen, you would argue Lamar. And now you're going to Acho.
You're right.
And I'm not understanding what's going on here. I feel like it's a bait and switch. And I'm not doing it.
He called it audible on you. He called it audible on you.
No, we're not doing that.
No, that's my bad. I got so carried away with the Transformer. But let's go ahead. Let's do this. You're right.
Much to what Transformer was saying, right? There is no real definitive way to kind of say who's who and what's what, because they don't allow the players that's actually playing the vote. And I think that would add a different spin to it versus, they said there was an issue with having bum quarterbacks or tier 3 quarterbacks actually voting because, you're gonna bet for your favorite, you're gonna vote for your favorite player. You're gonna vote for your favorite player. And I think it should have been a co-MVP if nothing else. That's my 2 cents.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. But let me go ahead and thank you for giving me that.
I mean, that same year that Dak played and he put up all them numbers, he was getting his tail busted, right? That last year.
Was that year, right?
No, I'm talking about when they had to play Lamar. Lamar was busting. That's why he got it at the end, because he went through all the best quarterbacks and then they beat all of them. That's why he got it. It wasn't. It had nothing to do with the stats. Everybody saw that. He didn't just beat him; he destroyed him. That's why he got it last year. This year, not so much. It was a different type of game.
No, Eddie, it was just one.
Still one of those ones where it should have been co-MVP, but they don't know the metrics that they judging from. Everybody judging from different metrics.
I think they know. They just don't want to tell us because, they want us to sit here and debate this and argue it and talk about it on podcasts and talk about it on the mainstream sports media shows, et cetera, et cetera. But that's cool. So let's get to it, man. Thank you for reeling me back in, G. Damn. But let me argue the other side of this, man. So this is funny. Y'all remember I have said for a while now, I said if Joe Burrow had gotten the Bengals into the playoffs, he would have had my vote for MVP based on what he did, right? Value. But let's now flip it this way, right? Value is what Transformer said. And here's the real deal. We can look at it and we can say Lamar Jackson didn't have the best stats last year. But there's no question Lamar Jackson was 1,000% the most valuable player to his team and to the league last year. Like, can anybody argue that, even though the stats weren't the prettiest? Because even without the pretty stats, 14-2, all the way to the AFC title game, right? Value. We have to acknowledge that the value is there, right? So we say, okay, cool. Now you bring in Derrick Henry and you say, well, Lamar Jackson had 8 Pro Bowlers and he had a number of all pros and he's got a 1,900-yard rusher behind him, And so all that is true. But guess what? If we're honest, even with all of that, and we've seen it through Lamar Jackson's entire career, when he doesn't play, the Ravens don't get it done. It's not the same, even with all of that around him, right? So now, did it help having Derrick Henry, 1,900-yard rusher? Yes. But what did Lamar Jackson do even with that? Took his game to a whole nother level that we probably, like, as great as we know he is, we didn't imagine him doing that, right? 4,000 yards passing, only 4,000-yard passer in NFL history with less than 5 interceptions, 4 interceptions on the year, 4,000 plus yards passing. Oh, let's not forget the 900 rushing yards, right? 900 plus rushing yards. Got up around breaking his own, I'll say it again, his own single season rushing record, right? So again, not just the stats, the value, because You could have had all those defenders that he had that made all pro. We can argue, not all pro, I'm sorry, Pro Bowl and some all pro. But we can argue Zay Flowers, first time Pro Bowler. Is he a Pro Bowler if Lamar Jackson is not his quarterback throwing him the ball? Is Zay Flowers a Pro Bowler if Lamar Jackson not throwing him the ball?
He ain't gonna be open that long.
Thank you. He's not right. So we know that, right? We can keep it a buck. I was one of the main ones getting on Todd Monken for not handing the ball to Derrick Henry enough. And a lot of that is my old school mentality. Run the ball, stop the run. But if you don't have Lamar Jackson, this team just doesn't get it done, right? He is the heart. He is the engine. He is the cog. So this is where, again, it comes into what? Value, right? We look at it. He doesn't turn the football over. And remember, this is a regular season award. So he doesn't turn the football over. Like G loves to point out, he goes through the NFC like a hot knife through butter, right? What has he lost? If I'm not mistaken, 3 games to the NFC his entire career, right? So when he has to go to the other side of the NFL and play that side, they got nothing for him. They can't deal with him, whether they're a great team or a bad team. What is that called? Value, right? Okay. I want to say when you start off 0-2 in the NFL, it drops your percentage of making the playoffs precipitously. I think if you start off 0-3, you're like 9% chance to make the playoffs. But the Ravens started off 0-2 this year. Guess who took over? Okay, all right. Guess I got to put my cape on, or I got to put my flash mask on, whatever you want to call it. He put his superhero costume on, and out comes the value. And Lamar goes off. Yes, he got some help, but I would say he more brought the guys with him, because when he says, "Okay, we're done with this, let's go," they go on a run. Did they lose a couple games they shouldn't have? Yes, but if there's no Lamar Jackson there, we know that the Ravens likely don't make the playoffs. We know that. Lamar Jackson, I believe, has a 74% winning percentage as a starter in his career. Am I right there, G? I believe Patrick Mahomes is the only person who's won more games as a starter since he's been in the league. Sorry, G?
Regular season, right?
Yeah. Well, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about a regular season award right now. So,
facts.
Right. So I believe Patrick Mahomes, since Lamar Jackson has entered the league, is the only player with more wins at quarterback. So we know, again, value, right? We keep saying it. And there's a reason I keep saying that. The award is the most valuable player award. And I think year in and year out, Lamar Jackson is right there in value and in best. So now when you combine the two, the best player, which he clearly was this year, he was the best. There's no question about that. Whether it's running, whether it's throwing, whether it's protecting the football, whether it's making big plays in the regular season when you need it, he was the best. And then we can legitimately make that argument that he was also the most valuable. Lamar Jackson, MVP.
That was really, really good, man. I'm a clap because you know what? I know you was gonna skip it, man. But I'm just gonna add one more nugget to that.
Please do.
I was looking at just how everybody viewed this whole MVP thing, and some of the things that they were saying. They came out, said this was a political pick.
Yeah.
They said this was the NFL appeasing to the Republicans.
I heard that too.
They said that this was a sympathy pick, and like people wanted Judge. I was like, man, that's crazy. So it can get really, 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 really like insensitive with why people said that Josh Allen was picked. Like I said, I thought it should have been a co-MVP. But I don't think
I agree.
Yeah.
The votes are close. What was it, 27-24?
Yeah. Votes were real close. It was like
the second closest in history, I think.
So. Yeah. Let's see.
27-23.
Yep, that right.
Yeah. And if we're real, I mean, this is an anomaly situation. Only 3 times have we seen an MVP win the award and not be first team All Pro. So Steve McNair in 2003, and he shared the award with Peyton, to G's point, co-MVP. John Elway won it in 87. He was a second team MVP. Joe Montana was the first team All Pro, and Josh Allen this year. So, I mean, we can almost say like this is an anomaly. It has happened, but it's not normal. So, yeah.
I don't know, man. What do you think is going to come of this? You think this is going to create an even bigger rift and when it comes to Josh Allen and that core quarterbacks. Like, because Burrow could have got it, right? Burrow could have got it.
The playoffs, man. I would have.
yeah. Burrow could have got it. Patrick Mahomes could have got it. Just the strength off of like fourth quarter play, making all those plays. He could have got it. You could argue that, you know, without Mahomes, they don't win those many games.
Oh, that's a fact. Yeah.
So I mean,
I think this is great for the league, honestly. I don't think it creates a rift. I think it ratchets up the level of competition because all those dudes are showing, especially Lamar, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get you. We know how deep the burning is inside of him that he wants that chip so badly, right? And now he's going to say, okay, they think he's better than me. I'm going to show him, right? And so I think that what I love about Lamar is that every time
what else
people
can you do though, bro? Besides win a chip, there's nothing else you can do. Man,
that's what he's going to do.
Every record, yeah.
But so that's what he's going to do. And to your point, right? On the way, he's going to set more records. He's going to make more history. Then he's going to win the chip, right? And then and I think it was your guy, man, your guy that's on here, your homeboy from the guard. Anyway, he said something
Chris?
interesting. He said, "Huh?
You talking about Chris?
No, your other homeboy, but
Willie.
Oh, the white guy. I didn't want to say. I can't remember his name. Tyler, thank you. Yes, I can remember his name. But the point is, he said it well. He said, once Lamar breaks through, it's going to be 2 or 3 more. You know what I'm saying? So we just need him to break through because once he gets a taste, I think he's going to go ham. And I think he just wants it so bad with a player like that you know truly wants it and you've seen put in the work. And that's what I can say I love about Lamar. He's put in the work and you can see he was great coming in, but look at the improvement and the level that he's on now. And the scary thing is he can still take it to another level. We know that. Yeah. And so.
Yeah, I don't know how you topped this last season though, man.
I'm about to say, do you think how far can it go past this? Like this was crazy, probably the peak of what we've seen, what we're going to see of him.
Well, I think it's a function of playing like that again and then adding on to it with one of those incredible playoff
moments. Got it.
Right. Think about it. He's capable of having a run through the playoffs like Flacco, but he's better than Flacco. So now imagine he adds that on to another MVP caliber season. That's how you do it.
I got to check on Tyler too, man. I haven't heard from him since that loss, man. I got to check him.
Right. But yeah, so that's where we are. Now, quick breaking news, y'all. Giannis will miss the All-Star game next weekend. He has a mild calf strain. Giannis.
Oh, okay.
He has a mild calf strain and will be sidelined next week and miss the All-Star game. That's from Shams. And more breaking news, Deebo Samuel says that the 49ers have allowed him permission to find a trade partner. Guess what that does? Frees up more money for who?
Brock Purdy.
That's right.
Brock Purdy.
All right. So let's do this, man. This was a great topic, man. I had fun doing this. Transformer, man, that was fantastic. G, I love how you did good, man.
He got my I was here with it today. Yeah. I was here with it.
I participated today.
Man, I didn't expect you to be that objective on it, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Damn, I'm like, he wasn't.
You have to. The AFC got some of the best quarterbacks in the league, man. And you can't just because you have a favorite quarterback, don't mean that everybody else is trash. Like this dude, they won. Like it's that's what makes the sport. And I just don't like when the refs get involved, man. And
fair enough.
Roney is freaking flags. That's it.
Fair enough. No, I got you. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead. Let's get some calls in here on this. Should Josh Allen have won the MVP? And give your thoughts on how we defended our clients in this one. I defended Lamar Jackson. G defended Josh Allen. And Transformer, he defended Josh Allen as well. I know, right? I don't know where he is. It's crazy. I don't know where he is. But
that is bizarre. Because he definitely he probably G, you probably would have been disowned just like that. Like, Yeah. Man, get out of here, stupid. Nobody that was supposed to go to Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson was supposed to win that MVP award, but they choosing to give it to Josh Allen. All right. they choosing to not give it to him back to back.
Man dirty, bro.
Let me say, first of all, you're having a beautiful day. Y'all having a beautiful day. Y'all having a beautiful day.
Yeah. Oh my God, yo.
Yeah, he definitely shows love, man. Man, y'all don't even know. Bruce and I, we go at it like all day, every day. It's crazy. Oh, lo and behold.
He must have
Bruce, what up?
Yo.
What's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
What's going on with you?
Maintain. We are glad you called, man. Did you hear the segment?
Yes, of course. I was sitting back. I couldn't. I was tied up with something.
Okay.
I'm good, but I took a break from it. What's going on with y'all boys?
Hey, nothing, man. We are maintaining on this beautiful Sunday morning, man. Is it snowing up there? I know it was snowing in New York last night.
Like I said a couple of weeks ago, they was going to give Josh Allen an MVP because he beat him in the playoffs. So that's what the basics was. It falls a little bit of voters fatigue.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, man, Josh Allen had a great year actually. Even though I still believe Lamar Jackson was wrong because it was a regular season award, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I hear all the crap Transformer talking about Josh Allen and have all these Pro Bowls. What that got to do with anything? Transformer.
It has a lot to do with it when you talk about value.
I mean, well, it's not that fault that the Ravens earned the cost to pick good players. It's an individual award, right? It's not a team award, right?
Okay, correct. So it's individual based off what metric? What makes you the most valuable? Numbers?
In winning.
Josh Allen had more wins, so
he had more wins. Okay.
Yeah.
When they hit, who got their ass kicked in the regular season, not playoff.
I guess when it matters the most, I guess. Yeah. All right.
In the regular season, who got their ass kicked 31 to 35 to 10?
That'll be Josh Allen.
Okay. That's what it's about, right? The regular season is about, we all know, the Illuminati, NFL, you know, that's what I call it, right?
Okay. So who should have won the MVP last season?
Dak Prescott won it, but come on, you know goddamn well Dak Prescott was not better than no goddamn Lamar Jackson on the eye test. But ain't this crazy though? You're right though. Ain't this weird? Dak Prescott had a better season than Lamar last year.
That's very weird.
Statistically, right, and didn't win.
Yeah.
But Lamar, but we dominated last. Look at that stretch we had last year.
No doubt.
Hold up, we beat Detroit. We beat San Francisco on Christmas week.
Smoked them.
God damn, he was running through all the juggernauts of the league. Think about it. San Francisco, he was running through shit, like dominating the big dogs.
14-2.
Yeah. You know that, right?
Oh no, we're not arguing. We're not arguing with you. We're just making the analogy that, you know, it's the whole principle of the same thing that what Transformer was saying about how Josh Allen did more with less this year. You could say the same thing about Lamar as opposed to Dak Prescott last year. He did more with less. And that's why it was so amazing to see what Lamar was able to do. I mean, yes, clearly he's better than Dak, but also, you know, literally putting that team on his back in 14-2, AFC Championship game berth, blah, 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 you know?
Yeah.
Hey, Bruce, I was surprised to hear you make that. That was a very good point you made.
What's that, man?
Morning, huh?
What's that, man? What was a good point?
Everybody made good points this morning on this subject.
Yeah. Well, I think it was my thought that it would be interesting if we kind of flipped it, right? And just, you know, defended it from different angles. Yeah, but it was good, man. It was good.
Now, well, Surreal shit ranking on my stupid shit. Fuck that, man. My man got raw. Fuck
that. Now, listen, I agree with G that it should have been co-MVPs. I do. I agree with G on that.
MVP's my ass. Excuse me. No. No. He got raw. I test everything about Lamar was better than Josh Allen this year. I'm sorry, man. They felt sorry for him. That's all it was. Everybody fan of intermediate. Shannon Sharp, Ocho Cinco, Ryan Clark, Stephen A. Smith. He got wrong. It's a regular season award. They gave it to him because they felt sorry for him. Understand? Now, you know what? I was going to say race had something to do with it. No, then I thought about it. No, it don't. Because if race had something to do with it, Lamar Jackson would have never won two MVPs already.
Right.
Lamar blew him out in every statistical category in the regular season. Only thing Josh Allen had was the rushing touchdowns, and all it was 1 yard run.
Fair.
So it was regular season award. How the hell he get it? And also, when has the first team All-Pro quarterback ever lost the MVP? It's been what, 15 years?
Yes.
So he was voters fatigue, and they felt
22 years. 22 years. 22 years.
22 years since the first team All-Pro quarterback didn't win MVP. Ain't that something special?
Yeah.
I wonder why all of a sudden history repeats itself this year, huh? Is it like Jamel Hill said? Is it image? Is it Lamar's image? Is it DEI NFL? Is it a race thing?
I don't know that I go that far. I don't. Some people may feel that way. I don't know that I go that far.
But that's what certain conspiracy theories saying.
Yes.
You know that, right?
Yes, I'm aware.
You've been checking it out.
I have.
But besides that, Josh Allen, man, I love the kid. He's dope. I love everything about. I love his demeanor, man. The NFL is in great hands for the next 20 years, man.
Yeah, I agree.
Like I say, the AFC is loaded with man. The gauntlet in the AFC.
Brutal.
I know we talked before. Real quick, I'm ready to get off the phone. Burrow, Jackson, Mahomes, CJ Stroud. I'm missing somebody.
Josh Allen.
Trevor Lawrence, man. Trevor Lawrence.
I don't know about Trevor Lawrence, man.
CJ Stroud.
Oh, Shadir Sanders.
Right.
Bo Nix. What's the quarterback in LA?
Herbert. I don't believe in that dude at all.
Thanks, man.
Shadir Sanders.
Depending on where he land, he's gonna be the next.
I think he's gonna in the AFC.
I wasn't in attendance.
So say again, Bruce. My bad.
He probably already got word that you know what I mean. Josh a time. They've been trying to give it to Josh Allen for years. Think about it. About 3 or 4 years.
They've been
trying to make him the biggest rival to Patrick Mahomes. That's what they've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think? From what y'all think? Why do y'all think Lamar Jackson is so popular amongst everyone? Why you think? Why y'all think Lamar Jackson is so lovable? I think it's his character and his personality.
His character, his flashy play. People love highlights. He's a highlight machine.
He is, and he's humble
highlight
too.
Machine. He's humble. Yeah, his character
and he
is.
Don't get in trouble off the field. Like he's good in the community. Like he's everything you want to see. Like every time he's at the podium, right? What does he say? Oh man, I just want to win. I just want to win so bad, and that is what we want from our great athletes.
And he's 100% relatable to the urban community.
But it's not. I don't even think it's just the urban community, though. I think
I'm just saying, like that adds on to.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, it just adds on to it.
Yeah, everybody loves him. Everything about the kid, man, is just everything. He's so down.
You're breaking up a lot, G.
Okay. He's one of those superstars that doesn't have. He's like a Steph Curry. He's a superstar that don't have an ego.
Yeah, and you know what else too, Bruce? The work ethic, man. The work ethic.
Yeah.
Like people saying all that nonsense and ignorance when he came in the league. He didn't get mad. He didn't complain. He put his head down and got to the business of working and destroying people. And that's what you got to love.
Yeah. I mean, also, like the much what you said, man, like when he first came in the league, a lot of players didn't want to play with him because they said he was a run first quarterback. And so a lot of teams start passing up on him. But as time went on, you're starting to see that attraction. Like he's starting to bring like defensive players are starting to want to play with him now, and you know, instead of playing against him. Like
right, great
because
point.
they see the bag. He's going to make you better. Like he's going to make you better on defense because you're going to have more times at it. you're gonna have less time at it, I should say.
Absolutely.
Bruce, you said something. You said, I what? I love what? I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
I know you love how humble he is, even though he's a super rich guy. You know what I'm saying? You like that type,
I do.
He didn't complain. He didn't, he didn't say, he didn't whine when the world was against him.
Mm-hmm. All he did was get to the business of destroying people. Like, you got to love that. At least I do. Yeah. So
that says a lot about him. Hey, before I get off the phone, I just want to say this.
What's up, man?
The Cops, three first round picks, the Daffy Owe, Miles Garrett, that will get those over the hump.
That would be serious, but if I'm Cleveland, I wouldn't do it. Not in division.
Trade them in the division to the Baltimore Ravens? Absolutely not. That's wishful thinking.
Yeah.
That boy is going to the NFC.
I like the Justin Tucker, Mark Andrews package.
And Mark Andrews, yeah. Let's go. That's fair thing, right?
Nah.
Hey.
Justin Tucker, Mark Andrews, and a pick for Miles. Yeah, hell yeah, man.
You say a little family gathering for the Super Bowl?
Nah, man, not doing much. Just chilling, watching the game, man.
All right. Hey, I most definitely got something to say on the next subject. I'll hit y'all back.
No doubt, brother. Thank you for the call, Bruce. Appreciate you, man.
Hey, brother. All right.
Bruce, great call. That was a great call this morning. I enjoyed that.
Absolutely.
All right, y'all. Doesn't look like we're going to get any more calls on that, so let's take it finally to the final topic. All right, NBA. We talked a lot of football here, and rightfully so. Final.
Oh man, I thought you was yawning. I was like, fix it, bro. Fix it.
Final game of the 2024-25 season, and of course,
you're right.
We're gonna miss it, man. We are gonna miss this action until September. But all that said,
I say goodbye to what we had?
Oh man. But yeah, so let's take it now to the NBA, right? And the reason I brought this up is because unless you've been under a rock, the NBA has been the center of the American sports universe this season. The NBA, and they got lucky on where the trade deadline fell, and they said, we're going to steal a whole week of attention from the NFL. Super Bowl week at that. But guess what? They did it. They pulled it off. We saw a number of big trades, which we broke down on our trade deadline special on Thursday afternoon.
Correct.
We saw a number of huge trades, none being bigger than Luka Doncic, arguably the future face of the NBA, heading to one of the greatest franchises in the history of professional sports, the Los Angeles Lakers.
Oh, my bad. Wrong shirt. My bad.
Thank you.
Bad. Wrong shirt.
So Luka Doncic.
Like, who's 77 for Green Bay?
And right. And Anthony Davis heading to Dallas, which very frustrating. Let me quickly note this. Very frustrating in the opener for Dallas.
First game.
Anthony Davis went off. What he had? 24, 13, 3 blocks, 5 assists in the first half.
With 26.
Okay, yeah, I was just talking about in that first half.
Oh, in the first half. Absolutely.
Yeah, just absolute monster mode. And then he went out with a non-contact injury. So
groin. They said he's going to be out for a couple of weeks. Nothing crazy. They said it was nothing serious about it, but still you're growing. That's tough.
That was so tough. I mean, because the way he was dominating. He caught that one tip dunk and he screamed, "I'm here," letting them know like I'm here. And then
he was not.
Correct.
I'm here. Now I'm on the sideline. My bad.
No, I'm not. But no, I think it gives you a glimpse of things that you could be hopeful for when AD is at his best.
Yeah.
So I liked what I saw, and we'll go from there. So this is where I kind of came up with this topic of one of the biggest things we've been talking about is the NBA has issues with ratings, and that's well known and well documented. But this trade deadline and a lot of the moves that were made, De'Aaron Fox going to San Antonio, DeAndre Hunter going to Cleveland, and Kyle Kuzma going to Milwaukee. A lot of these moves were like a breath of fresh air or an injection of energy to the NBA, right? And I think that it's my humble opinion that even though the NBA's core issues still remain, this is really, I think, going to give him the proverbial shot in the arm, and it may well help these ratings rise at least through this season. So I wanted to get you guys' take on whether or not you believe that this is going to help the NBA in the long term and get a return to some of the attention that's been missing over time. I'll start with you, Transform, and then we'll go to G.
Resounding no.
Wow.
Because
I didn't expect that.
You have to fix the product, right? This is a temporary spike. This is going to be a temporary thing. You know, the world is waiting for Luka Doncic to, you know, put on the Lakers jersey on Monday. So that's not me being a Laker fan, but that's
Let me interrupt you real quick. Right. Yeah. I was going to point to that. You know that I've been working my way back into watching more NBA, obviously, with the NFL being over and all that. And I can honestly tell you, I will be in front of the TV watching Luka and the Lakers. Yeah. I certainly will, right? And I'm not the guy that sits there and watches every single NBA game. But go ahead.
Yeah, but like I said, it's a temporary spike. Like I said, we're waiting on the biggest piece of the puzzle was everybody waiting for Luka Doncic to play. He was supposed to play yesterday, and they were literally talking about in the announcements table. It was a lot of celebrities who bought up the tickets, but they're not here. It was like, why? Because Luka's on the sideline. Luka's not playing, and they've now booked tickets for Monday's game just so they can see, you know, Luka don the Lakers jersey for the first time. Yes, so I said it all to say, can you repeat that every offseason? I mean, every trade season? I don't see that being a
not
huge,
to this magnitude.
Not to this magnitude. This is probably the biggest trade in the last 30 years
forever
or so. So yeah, or forever, right? So can you? How are you going to beat that metric next year? You have to fix the product. That's the point. You have to fix the product. Now that you got the eyeballs, you got the attention. The NFL ends today. It ends today. Tomorrow is a new day, and that's me being funny, but it's a new day. But it's the start of how you guys can try to fix the game. Now you have the eyeballs on you. Fix the product. Fix the product. You got the spike. What are you going to do with it? You can't go back to, okay, now let's just keep shooting 53s now that everybody's on us now. No, fix the product. So I don't think so.
Great point.
Yeah.
G.
They said that. So I read something. Somebody was saying that this trade, Luka and what's his face,
Anthony Davis.
AD is equivalent to Lamar and Josh Allen getting traded in the NFL.
Wow.
Yeah. So I think that draw is, I mean, it's necessary. We want to watch to see how AD going to do in Dallas, right? And then we want to see what Luka going to do with the Lakers, who's currently still rebuilding. It looked like they revamping their entire team. They rescinded that one trade, and I think y'all picked up the booty warrior, Dwight Howard.
No, we haven't.
I think y'all picked him up, bro. So they said they're talking about re-signing.
I like
we can do this the easy way, or we can do this the hard way. The choice is yours.
Picking up the white back because they lost. Y'all center fell through. So I don't know if that's rumor or what. Sometimes there's a lot of misinformation.
You do because we haven't.
But y'all definitely need a center. I mean,
especially you got jerked on that trade from Charlotte.
Yeah. And so I think a lot of people are watching and will continue to watch just because
I agree.
The impact of those new moves. You want to see. It's almost like you're hitting a new NBA almost, but it's the same
overnight.
Moves. Yeah. So I think that draw will be there for the NBA. I know I plan on watching a little more. Because the NFL is over, right? It's pretty much done. So I'm moving to a basketball mode where college, men's, women, and then the NBA March Madness.
I have a question for you. I have a question. We're referencing Luka and the Lakers. Now, is this more of a great thing for just LA? Because what about the other 31 teams in the NBA? What does it do for them? Like, they're going to watch Luka play, but then when Milwaukee and the Blazers play, are we going to continue watching now?
Yes, because it
changes the entire ecosystem. I think
that's right.
When you move those type of players around, it changes how teams play. It just changes you want to look at the chemistry. Like what's going to be the setup now? I'm not just saying it's just everybody's just going to be watching the Lakers and Dallas. like, nah, like all these other teams got to still be able to kind of like get their stuff together because now it's a different dynamic in LA, which a lot of teams gonna have to see them. It's really honestly too soon to say what's gonna happen. Right, it is. It's really too soon to say what's going to happen, how this trade is going to impact any other teams. But I just look forward to like people retooling now. I think you sent something out, Bruce. It might have been you, Transformer, with Draymond Green. He was talking about, we're gonna see this a lot as players get into that second apron. He talked about how the collective bargaining agreement changed everything where. The Supermax, I believe they can after your second signing, you can get as much money as what he was going to get, 348 million,
345, yeah,
345, something like that. It was crazy. So he talked about how that collection bargaining agreement was the reason behind this big trade, and not necessarily what I thought it was, which was drama, right? Like it's always like something like you see big.
I think that was part of it, but. The money, I think you're right, is the biggest factor.
Yeah. I mean, he did not play defense last year. He did not play defense in that run. And, I think Kyrie went quiet as well. So I think two teams was able to move two players around that, they probably didn't want to deal with. Like, you imagine being in that situation and teams targeting you and there's nothing you can do. This dude on the floor most of the time. So I think he's too young not to be able to play defense. And I'm interested.
He just doesn't want to. I think that's all it is. He doesn't want to.
Yeah, it's probably time for a fresh start. But that's my 2 cents, man. I ain't gonna hold this one up. But I do definitely think the ratings gonna rise, just because it's that time of year.
Yep, great point, G. A lot of great points there. I think both of you have good points, and two things can be true, as I love to say. But I do think the ratings will rise. I mean, the mere fact that they got a guy like me who Bruce will tell you I'm always complaining about the state of the modern NBA. Y'all know that. I'm not necessarily happy with the product. And yes, the product does need work, but I'm very intrigued and I want to see how it's looking, man. And to your point,
how long?
People are I'm going to give it some time. I mean, obviously we got to cover the NBA, right? So I got to watch it more, but even still though,
we got to.
Right. We got to, but no, even still though, I think I want very much to love basketball the way I used to. I really do. Can I ever get back there? Not sure. And that's to your point, Transformer, that they got to fix the product. That said, a rising tide does lift all boats, man. And we know the power of the Lakers brand. And if the Lakers brand is doing its thing, people are going to watch the NBA on the whole. So I don't think that there's a brand maybe other than the Knicks in the NBA that has the power when it's good to draw eyeballs like the Lakers does. And so I think that being the case, I do think the ratings will rise at least for the remainder of this season and through the playoff run. Now, the question is, once the season is over, what is Adam Silver and the competition committee and these owners and the NBA PA going to figure out to continue to ameliorate the game, right? And we know very simply what the answer to that is, but they won't do it. But we'll see. We'll see. That's all I got.
Yeah. No, I mean, like I said,
madness is. I'm sorry.
I'm leaning more towards temporary because, like I said, like we got the eyeballs now, right? It's prime time of, like I said, the NFL is ending, so everything's going to be working. This is a great time to make this move. It was the best
perfect timing
because NFL ends today. Luka's tenure with the Lakers starts tomorrow. Perfect time. Now you got no NFL interruptions, anything like that, all the way up to June. You guys have your championship. But what happens when the NFL starts next season? And you got to start back over and build that back up. That's where I'm at with it. Like, will it rise now? Yes, but for me, it's a temporary rise for what eventually, when the NFL picks back up next season, whatever happens with the Super Bowl and the NFL does their thing, they're gonna take back over because they're the bullies of the they're the bullies.
Yeah,
they're gonna find a way to be like, okay, boom, now hey,
we gave you some time. Now get out of here.
It's back to us. You guys can tune back in the NBA in February because obviously the NBA has gotten to this era of where shit don't really hit the fan until 50 wins in, until 50 games in.
Yeah.
We get to that all-star break At that point, everybody's making the push. That's when NBA gets a little bit more exciting. The first 40 to 45 games, teams are figuring it out, trying to get a bet. Maybe they're trying to get paid. They're trying to see what their trade value is. They're trying not to get traded, trying to show that I want to stay here. So it's a whole lot more individuality when it comes to basketball until we get to that 50-game mark. So that's why I think it's temporary until the NFL kicks back off next season.
I can agree with you on that, but at least that gives the NBA time to try and figure something out. That's all.
They do got time. So they got to do something with it.
Can't wait till the last minute, but they need to be working on every second possible.
Man, listen, everybody waiting to see Luka and Braun play together, man.
Oh, that's a fact.
Everybody waiting to see that. Yeah.
That's a fact. You're 100% right, G. Let's go ahead and open up these phone lines for this last topic, man. Y'all know the number, man. Let's call in. Bruce, I know you said you had something, so can't wait to hear that. It's probably something you and I have discussed already in our text thread on the side. But let's go ahead and let's get
Meanwhile, while we're waiting, boy, the Mavs fans are truly they trying to get Nico up out of there. That man had to hire security. He had to hire personal security, like additional security for his home.
Son, I know fan is short for fanatic. I say it all the time, but yo, that's pathetic, man.
That's
real talk.
Crazy.
That's pathetic. I got no respect for that. Like, the man is doing his job, right? You as Mavs fans, y'all don't even know if that came from higher. If that came from the owners who cut the check and didn't want to spend $350 M's on Luka. So now you on some old original, you talking about killing this man? Like, y'all pathetic. I'm saying it just like that. Pathetic. All right, let's take this call. Here's Bruce. Bruce, what's good, man?
How y'all feeling today? Hey, Bruce, hey.
Yes, sir.
Can I get like give me like a main subject of this topic? I know what to say, but like give me something like what's the main subject? Basically about the NBA improving the ratings, right?
Yeah. Basically, we were saying the main thing we discussed is does this major movement at the trade deadline, do we think it's going to be enough to really spark a rise in the ratings?
Absolutely. Like we had to discuss it yesterday, Mr. Bruce. This was a billionaire's play on Luka Doncic going to the Lakers.
Facts.
To viewership of the NBA. It had nothing to do with Luka's condition. It had nothing to do with the $250 million contract that he had coming down the pipe. This was a genius move by the higher powers, the upper ups, the higher echelon, the creme de la creme of the NBA. This was a billionaire. These billionaire games. These billionaires playing games with their toys. They basically shipped Luka to the biggest market in the world, basically besides the Cowboys, to get the NBA viewership up, and everybody's on edge. Can't wait to see it. It was a power play by the NBA. And yes, it was a great power play. Because there ain't no way in the world Dallas is going to move off a 25-year-old generational talent, international superstar. Hello?
My bad. I'm here.
What the world?
Yeah, a little error on my end. My bad.
There's no way that Dallas Mavericks is going to move off from a 25-year-old international superstar at 25 years old to push him to LA. Out of all teams, LA always seems to get the big guy, the big fish.
It happens a lot.
Huh?
I said it happens a lot. We always do get the big fish.
We always get the big fish. And every time LA gets the big fish, the NBA's rate, the NBA viewership goes through the roof.
That's true.
It was a power play.
So the only place I'll push back, Bruce, is that I don't know that Luka's upcoming $350 million Supermax contract had nothing to do with it, because the owners of that team, they're not basketball people. So I don't know that they were particularly enthused about cutting that deal, knowing that, you can't necessarily count on this guy health-wise and condition-wise, right? And so they're like, man, look, if we can, because I believe that the plan was for obviously the what is it, the Anthony Davis deal, and then try to finagle something to get KD, which would have sent Clay and something else to Phoenix. So now you would have had Kyrie, AD, and KD, and then they really would have been cooking with grease. That's what they wanted. It didn't work out that way, but that's what they wanted. So they would rather use $350 million on those three players than $350 million just on Luka, and I'm not even mad at that.
Okay, yeah. Your perspective holds great value. I didn't look at it that way. Yeah, that's probably they're trying to save that money. They're probably trying to get another guy in there.
Yeah, that's what I believe is the case. Yeah.
Okay, that's a smart move. It was a chess move. But still, it's at the same time, I still had something to do with the impact that it would have.
That too.
When the Lakers and Knicks are super relevant.
Yep.
The NBA will be back regardless of how other teams are doing.
Yeah. They
You
carried it before, they can carry it again.
I agree.
That's their mentality.
Well, we'll wait and see. And it's unfortunate that Mark Williams didn't pass his physical yesterday. That hurt the eye to kind of I wonder how that's going to work now. We're going to play small ball in LA now.
Oh, no, I felt relieved to get my boy back, man. I felt a little relieved. I didn't want to lose Dalton Connect, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. I didn't want to lose him. I felt a little relieved.
I know you didn't. But for what you were supposed to get, I know you were willing to do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But we dodged a bullet with it. We dodged a bullet for sure.
Mark Williams would have been a perfect addition for the law play. That's what Luka wanted. They said that personally. Luka actually put that out there that Luka actually requested that.
Interesting.
They went out and got their guy, and he didn't pass his physical, unfortunately. And so Dalton Connect is back. So hopefully, Dalton Connect will come back motivated. The Lakers try to move me. Okay, let me show him I can ball. So it might be a good thing. You know,
I'm just wondering where the time and the shots for Dalton Connect. Right, we see clearly what Austin Reeves can do. Right, we saw him go ham yesterday. Obviously, LeBron goes without saying. Luka goes without saying. Where's the time and the shots for Dalton Connect is kind of my question.
Well, his shots. Well, he's going to have to be efficient. If you're only getting 5 shots a game, you should try to hit 4 of them. Shit.
No doubt, but I mean, there's a thing called rhythm. And G can speak to this more than I can. But rhythm as a player gotta be part of the deal. Like if you're only getting 5 shots, you got to try to make 3 or 4. But I don't know.
The only way they could find a way to make this work, right, is now you're going to be splitting units, meaning Bron and Luka are not going to see the court all the time together. They're going to do a little rotational out. Now on the rotation out, that's where Dalton Connect can could fit in. Let me see. Either way, that's going to sound crazy, but that's the way he can fit in. He can get about 10 to 15 minutes that way. If they rotate out and make it like it's almost 2 complete separate teams coming in with Austin Reeves, perhaps.
I was about to say, where's Reeves in all that?
Yeah,
and you can speak to that better than I can. Where's Austin Reeves in that?
He's gonna be more with LeBron.
Okay,
I think he's gonna be more in the LeBron James lineup than he will be the Luka Doncic lineup. Luka Doncic is gonna have Dalton Connect in his lineup more than Austin Reeves. If they compare that two like that and have those alternating on and off the court, you keep offense and you keep shooting. You keep offense, you keep shooting, and you got playmakers on. You got two playmakers on one, and you have the major playmaker in Luka Doncic along with a sharpshooter and Dalton Connect on the other side. So it's maybe
you limit the defensive liabilities on the floor at any one time, theoretically.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because either way, you got Dorian Finney-Smith, and you got Rui and Vando. They're all 3 interchangeable on that side. And you got Gabe Vincent in for defensive purposes and stuff like that. So
all right, well, there you go. Well, you got it figured.
Hey, in basketball, there's always 2 ways to get more time: play hard in practice, and when you do get time, bust ass to the point where the coach didn't even think about taking you out the game.
Can't deny.
Correct.
But when you get your chance to shine and getting bust ass.
Yep.
Be efficient, play hard on D. Especially if your coach say you getting back on D playing hard. Oh yeah, I'm gonna show you scrapping.
No doubt, no doubt.
Can I talk about one more thing for the NBA? I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah. Go ahead, man.
Probably got callers coming in. Man, I like what I see down in San Antonio, man.
Agreed.
I like what I see, man.
Agreed.
They got to string together, get some wins, but yeah.
I ain't what you say, Mr. Transformer.
I said they got to string it together and get some more wins, but I do like what they did down there.
Agreed. It's coming. Hey, it's Houston, man. Houston, Udoka doing a great job in Houston right now, man.
Actually, they're on a kind of a slide right now. They won lost 6 straight, 7 straight.
But I think he's talking about the way that he's got them playing and overall.
Okay, gotcha. You're talking about future, like not now.
Yeah. For not having a superstar, like that's a good basketball team.
No, I got you.
Listen, maybe the Lakers won the trade. Street clothes back hurt again in Dallas.
Oh, that hurt, man. Now I thought that was so tough because I know you saw how he was killing before he got hurt. Oh my goodness!
I ain't gonna lie, I looked and I was like, Dallas, are y'all happy?
Right.
Y'all thought y'all got one-sided. AD is a mother effer, man.
Bro,
he's a dog, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all didn't get bamboozled. But when he went down, I was like, and there you go, right there. That's
what it looked like. The oblique injuries ain't nothing to play with.
No, it was a groin.
It
was a groin.
Well, anywhere in that area down there, you ain't gonna be able to move. Yeah. But yes, man, the NBA is in a great place. I think the viewership is gonna get better. Let me ask you this: even though the NFL dominates, did the NBA dominate when Mike and Jordan was in his prime? Was NFL always dominant over the NBA, or is something a new thing?
When Mike was playing, the NBA was number one. I mean, the NFL was always popular, but when Mike was playing, NBA was number one. Like Game 6, that final game of the 98 finals is the most watched NBA game ever. 38 million. Yeah.
So what is the most watched NFL game ever?
Well, we know the Super Bowls normally pull in between 120 and 150 because, football is just different. And because it's one game, not a 7-game series, you know what I'm saying? So, and I think Transformers spoke to that the other day. But yeah, you have a series versus one game.
Yeah.
It's going to affect those things.
But NFL was always king. Okay. So, well, falls like ball. The NBA game is looking better. I had more desire to watch it.
Me too.
Yeah. So, it's hitting in the right direction. Kind of trying to get together. Still a few things missing.
Mm-hmm.
You, Bruce, you want 90 rules. You want people to get knocked out.
No. I just want more defense and a little more physicality, which will also lend to more chippiness and more attitude between players and less buddy, which means more competition on the floor. Right. That's what I want. Yeah. I want a little more resistance to guys just getting whatever they want. That's all. It's not that I want dudes getting clotheslined. I don't want that.
Hey, man, you was talking crap about the Boston Celtics last night, right?
Yeah, man, yeah.
Jason Tatum really looked good last night.
So I was talking to Edward about this morning. I liked what I saw from him, but let me keep it a buck about Tatum, right? And I know G will understand this. When it comes to Tatum, he has to start off hot, and when he starts off hot, then he's in for a good night. But he's not the type of guy that has an aggressive personality that wants to take it to you from opening tip every game. He's got to start off well, and then he will continue in that trajectory. But like you look at the Kobe's and your Iversons and your Jordans, all the greats, they want it for the most part, all the greats, but they want to come out from opening tip and they want to bring it to you. Tatum's not like that. So he's a guy that if he don't start off right, he'll kind of hang his head. He can get hot because the skill set is there, but he don't have the mentality. And I think that's the problem.
So basically say he ain't got that dog in him.
No, I don't think he does.
He don't got that Austin Reeves in him.
I've said for the longest that if you gave Tatum Jaylen Brown's mentality, he would be he'd be like a top 3 or 4 player in the league. He would be an animal.
Hey, who got that dog in him? I like picture number 11.
Because he's coming off the bench. To your point, he's like, man, every time I get in there, I gotta try to kill somebody.
Yeah, sparking it.
That's right.
This show right now, I'm giving Peyton Pritchard his flowers.
No doubt.
The kid good. He be balling.
Yeah, he's averaging like 14 off the bench. He's like third in the league in off the bench scoring. So yeah, he does his thing when he gets in there.
If you seen him on the street, you like, man, I bust his ass.
Yeah, no doubt. Meanwhile, he come out to the park or some white men can't jump out here killing people.
Yeah. Peyton Pritchard we're gonna get with you, man. You hear me? But yeah, so I think the NBA is in a good place.
I think so too.
See, one more. Let me speak on the Knicks real quick. I don't mean to hold the line.
No, go ahead, man. No. Go ahead, man. You good?
Cat, something about Cat just don't sit right with me.
Agreed. I've always said that. Even though he's putting up numbers this year, I've always said that.
Hey, the kid is putting up 24 and 15 now, but still missing.
Yep.
You ain't got that dog in him, man.
Nope, I don't think so.
He ain't nasty.
Which is weird from a North Jersey cat. Like that's kind of them dudes are known for having an attitude. But I don't know, man.
He do got an attitude, but it's just an attitude in the wrong direction. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, man. Well, hey, good game. Come on at 2. I'm ready to check. I'm getting ready to watch that game. Is it Hope and B playing this afternoon?
Yeah, all right. I'll believe it when I see it.
And Embiid and Giannis? Okay, let's go.
No, but Giannis not playing. Giannis got a calf strain.
Giannis not going to play.
I ain't watching that game, man.
No, but you should watch it because Logo Lillard might go off.
Hey, you already know they're going to let him spark it.
As soon as Giannis not there, he said, "Oh, my turn."
Listen, it's
35.
Yeah, for real. Are you breaking up, Bruce? Say that again, man.
So I'm gonna watch that.
There you go.
If I'm watching it, because man, the NBA in a good place, so it ain't nothing else to watch right now. It's 6:30. I cannot wait for the game tonight, brothers.
Right.
I cannot wait.
I can't wait
I'm
either.
ready to go. Now, let me say this last point. I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan. I bleed. You could cut me. I bleed purple right now.
Already know.
That's with Ravens fan. But boy, I love me some football. I cannot wait for this game at 6:30 today, yo.
Yeah.
The anticipation, man. It's so much stuff. The history is on the line. The city of Philadelphia right next to us. It's still all love. You like cousins. It's like too many stories. It's like NFL's king, the storylines, man. You got. No, you don't like Kendrick perform the halftime. Everybody anticipating that. Man, I just cannot wait to 6:30, man. It just this game, man. This is a beautiful thing. Patrick making his GOAT. This is his GOAT game. This is Patrick Mahomes' GOAT game tonight.
Mm-hmm.
If Patrick show out tonight, he should be crowned greatest of all time. I don't care. Brady got more Super Bowl.
Give him one more.
I'm 3 in a row. Ain't nobody history first ever in the history of football. GOAT. That's GOAT. That's GOAT. You go. You the GOAT. Patrick Mahomes wins tonight. 3 in a row. Nobody can say nothing else about him. He's just gonna be crowned the greatest of all time.
I disagree.
Cheap Pete.
The greatest run of all time, maybe, but not the greatest of all time yet.
Correct.
No.
And you know what? Okay, hot take here right now. Hot take. Lamar gets 2 championships, right? Lamar gets 2 championships. He's in the GOAT argument. Because when you talk about the championships plus all these records, how he destroying the record book, GOAT argument.
Okay,
GOAT
I got
over
you.
who?
No, he's in the GOAT argument.
Well, while we crown, so why
one more MVP and 2 championships, I think.
Why we crown him up?
Just
so
2?
why we crown him up with Joe, bro? And Bill Russell got 11 rings.
We're not doing this, man. We're not doing this.
All right. Hey, man,
with just 2 championships is kind of tough, bro.
Y'all have a good Super Bowl Sunday. I'll let y'all boys, man. Hey,
all right, Bruce. Thank you for the call, man.
How you feeling?
Good, bro. How about you?
All right, bro. I hope everything all right, bro.
Yeah, man. Hit your phone.
All right. The fellas have a good day, bro.
All right, gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Transformer. I ain't gonna make it long, but I'm looking at his assault on the record books. Stop. I'm looking at his assault on the record books, and then you also include the fact that he if he should get another MVP plus 2 chips, he's going to be in the GOAT argument.
I don't see how.
I just said he's gonna have the stats, the winning plus the individual accomplishments.
Correct. Hold on. Hold up. Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, no, I was saying the stats, the winning plus the individual accomplishments, he will be in that argument.
Even though it took him a while just to get to the AFC Championship game, he's only been to one. His record in the playoffs up until now, throughout those first couple of MVPs.
Well, if he gets 2 chips, then that means that he has to, he's got to get past that. So I'm good.
But just 2, he's in a conversation with Joe Montana with 4.
So
Patrick
if he has 2 championships, 3 MVPs, and again, we talking all these records, yeah, he'll be in the argument. Mm-hmm.
With Peyton. I'll say an argument with Peyton, but not
Peyton's in the top 5.
Okay.
Right?
But because you said GOAT. I mean,
GOAT
right
argument,
now we only know 3. It's only 3 in that GOAT argument. Joe Montana, Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes.
Okay, that's fine. That's fair.
You think he'll be in a conversation with them 3?
If he gets 1 more MVP, 2 titles, yes. When you compare it with the stats, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think the stats are going to be, I'm telling you, when he's done, like his stats are going to be absurd. Granted, the era, I get it. Yeah,
because I'm about to say, you like to point out, like, stats are more inflated now.
They are, but when you look at what he's able to do on the ground, plus what he's able to do through the air, like we've never seen anything like this.
Okay.
So, I mean, we got plenty of time to, debate that, but that's my hot take.
Gotcha. I'll put that one in my back pocket for another time.
No doubt. All right, y'all, but we're going to leave it right there. Great show. You guys enjoy the Super Bowl this evening, man. Enjoy the Super Bowl as we say goodbye to the 24-25 NFL season. Yeah, we'll be back when we're back.
Enjoy it, man.
Enjoy it.
Enjoy it.
And we out. Peace.